or like Raza, and then there's no in between.
Yeah, I like a Tom Cruise is very different from a Goss. You know what I mean? Or you
Wait,
get,
hold on.
like,
You
Are
hate
you
on
saying
Jake
like
Gyllenhaal, Ryan Gosling, but you're defending
all
Tom Cruise?
heartthrobs? That's what I'm saying.
I'm confused.
Yeah, your
Also,
whole
Bailey,
track record's
you
getting
look
kind of
like
fucked, eh?
Oh boy.
I would okay, the Goss has a couple good ones. I put the Goss above the J-Hole. The Goss gets a higher rating than Jake J-Hole. I'll give you that. I think Jake J-Hole's a
This is a
tryhard. I think
weird
the Goss
world we live in
actually
today.
got a bit of talent. You know, like the Goss
I don't
is
know, but-
naturally
Why are
talented.
you gonna hate on a good old Canadian boy like that?
He likes Gosling more than J-Hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still hating on a good old little Canadian boy.
Gosling kind of acts the same in a lot of the movies he's in. I've kind of noticed that. He's like,
I'm
Ryan
checking out of
Gosling.
this conversation
Ryan Gosling. I'm Ryan Gosling.
because
That's
it's
kind of how
wrong.
I feel about it. But I mean,
And
he
then
does do
Nightcrawler.
it. Jake J-Hole hasn't done theater and musicals, but he has, right? There's certain he does have
Jake
chips that
J-Hole-
I must provide this man. You know,
Jake J-Hole did one.
what did Jake?
two of them.
Was it Spider-Man the musical or something fucking wacky?
He actually did a musical. Yeah,
What was it?
I'm getting the name for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry, sir. I thought you were so confident. I was like, he's got this one memorized.
He's like, I follow him on the gram, and like he did post some stuff.
It's Bubble Boy Part 2, the musical.
Oh boy, yeah. So he also produced a lot of Broadway stuff too. So he did the musical Constellation in 2015 and Study in the Park with George in 2017 and Sea Wall of Life in 2019, and then he produced 9 stories in 2001.
Oh, don't forget the John Mulaney special. He sang in that and danced.
Right.
Oh fuck.
Oh, it's right here. It's literally the second.
Well, Jake
YouTube
Gyllenhaal
video.
can sing. I thought.
Yeah, he can,
actually,
yeah.
So can Gosling. Gosling has a band.
Yeah, they both have the same upbringing. That's the thing.
That's why Bailey
like-
hates them so much.
Yeah, he wishes he was one of them.
I don't know. We're
He's
getting
like,
to
they make
something.
music
Maybe,
and do arts.
Yeah,
hate
maybe there's
them.
some sort of weird envy there going
Yeah,
on. I don't know.
it's okay. I wish I was
Bailey's a good homegrown Canadian boy, so he hates good homegrown Canadian boys.
like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mhm.
Carey, Mike Myers, John Candy.
I like a Mike Myers and I like a John Candy.
Not Jim Carrey. Yeah.
Not a Ryan Gosling.
I think Jim Carrey. I could see how Jim Carrey became Jim Carrey, man. When you're asked for your entire life to be that exaggerated version of yourself, like to the point you're being like, I'm gonna be Andy Kaufman. It's like, bro, you're gonna lose yourself a little bit somewhere in there, man.
Not to mention he was on the Jeffrey Epstein. Are we live?
Yes.
Okay.
On that special island.
Yes. He went on one trip, and then after that, he started acting very weird and like very detached from Hollywood. He's never liked Hollywood, but especially after that, that's when he became like, I'm Jim Carrey. Nothing matters. We're all going to die. Haha.
The rich have shelter.
And he just,
We're all
like-
doomed.
There's mercury in the what do you call it? The flu or the flu thing, Jake. And Jenny McCarthy's right about everything.
Did he do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he went that
He,
far.
I think he was or still is like an anti. What is it? What is the
I don't know. I
thing
just
again?
I don't know what would be stream appropriate.
Anti what?
Pew, pew.
anti-flu
Yeah, the
anti-flu vaccine?
Yeah. Flu sounds
Jenna
like-
McCarthy wasn't right about one thing. Justin Bieber. Trap.
Oh.
It's weird when nobody gets the joke.
I didn't get the joke. I'm too.
She aggressively grabbed him at a music award.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And tried to kiss him.
And this was when he was peak, like 17-year-old him.
Underage,
I presume. Yeah.
But in Jim Carrey, much like Tom Cruise, art.
Those
and
two
life.
are not in the same boat.
No, I'm saying, I prefer to for
Tom
them.
Cruise
They're
is
a
a
good
perpetrator.
example of separating the art from.
Tom Cruise is a perpetrator of what?
Hitting.
Oh. Yeah, and like weird shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and enslaving people through religion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking, he saved cinema though, so.
That guy jumped out of an airplane real well. I kind of forgive. He donated. He owns a lot of property
he does his
through
own
the church.
He balances it all out with that. So.
Welcome, Stone. Sorry I didn't get back to your message. I've been just puttering away, and I was very hungover after Nashville, so I was focused on making sure I got the shit done.
No, he's just rude.
Yeah.
Stoned in the chat, since we're hanging out for a bit, and then we're gonna get into our fancy recording time, fam. I got this fancy new studio. I could change the lights. I've got them pulsating right now, and then I've got my eBay stuff right under here. So rather than like bouncing around, I'll be like talking here, and then I go to the shelf underneath, and the shelf underneath has the shooting space for the stuff. So I hang out and then go pop, pop.
Is that hard to look at?
What?
Like your lighting setup.
I was worried it would be, but it's okay. And then Wine Mom caught me testing, and if it's like bothering me during the day, I might. I have prescription sunglasses, and then I might do that for some of the filming, just if I'm looking sleepy bagged and I'm doing a YouTube video reading or something. It really helps with that because then I can light them up bright. Where the sunglasses, I'm like a very distinct color, but I can still see everything fine.
Right.
It's cool. They do the whole rainbow, but now I'm getting geeky, and now I'm just talking about my lights and my setup, and that's for later. I'm going to do that stream on Wednesday. So
right.
I'll be around if you want to see that stoned.
Oh, you're gonna be stoned while you do it?
I'll be stoned with stoned on
Just
Wednesday.
High caliber. I love it. Wine Mom top shelf.
Yeah.
Shut up, Raza. It was good. You bitch.
So I'm going to spend tomorrow tidying this shit up a little bit. I'm not going to go hard. It won't be in its final state, but I'll make sure it's like, okay, I can at least portray the concepts and where they're going.
You can do it.
Conceptualize my nuts.
Bruh, I put in some work. Go home. Go home. Here I am. I'm bringing you 50 megabytes upload speed still. New location. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Can you hear Bailey talking down to us right now?
I don't.
That's what
it's
I
okay.
hear.
I give him a couple of those a week. He needs that.
That's about it. And then, by Friday, he's shitting on me.
It's like, I'm just winding up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun activity. It really sharpens your skills. You try it. One.
No thanks.
It's like low level grinding on like an RPG.
Fuck, man.
Okay.
Oh, that one hit me.
Are you
What?
seriously right now? And as we start,
I was like just about to ask if everyone's ready to go, and like,
somebody's seeing
I just-
Jesus right now. So.
Fucking coughing.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Cough
7 Up.
away.
I thought Panda just had lemon juice. I was tripping. I was like, no, that's bold.
Why are you getting drunk right now?
Good job.
What are you doing?
Monday.
What are you doing?
Good job,
Yeah.
Bailey.
I smoke a little bit of reefer. I'm not gonna get a fucking hangover tomorrow on fucking Monday.
Oh, because shatter is so much healthier for you than I bet you. I think the vodka is probably healthier for you than the shatter.
Potato.
No.
Bailey just loves adding fuel
No.
to the fire. If you have,
You know, like he just has to be mean to
He
me.
just feels like I can litigate this. I can make it go away. But no.
No,
I'm
instead
gonna
he just
keep on
shits
going.
on
Get
me.
in on the fun. I gotta
Keep
get
on-
in on the fun.
And then, see, well, why, Mom? This is now. Do you want? I have. Is Dad not getting your back?
It's yeah. You have my back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can still be upset with you, so just mind yourself.
Time out.
No.
Sorry.
Oh, quality content. Thank you. I missed you guys so much.
Okay, Bailey, fine.
Come
I'll
on.
never come back here.
What are we, 5?
Okay. Hi,
I'll never be back.
Hey.
I'll be gone. After today's my last day, everyone.
Yeah,
Well,
you
that's-
said that the
you're
last time
nothing.
you went for milk.
Try to do
I'll never
a
be
4-man podcast with one person, Bailey.
I could make it happen. There was some editing magic.
Called speaking of schizophrenic.
It's called AI assisted guess.
Ooh. He can
Called
actually
Boner.
he can replace us with better people. Oh no.
Oh yeah, and they'll like
Himself.
everything I said, and then I'll just take all your old jokes, all the same old jokes you make, and program them into the AI bot, and then we're good to go.
Make the same jokes over and over again. So I know that's not directed at me.
No, I'm making fun of just the whole process. That's not an actual pent up aggression. That's just if I'm gonna program an AI bot, I gotta pick the common slogans.
He's like crying as he does. He's like, "I'll show. This is how you
I'll
get
show
friends. This is how
them."
you get
Jeez, nuts.
Hold on, I think I see a Kona parked outside your window, Bailey. I just had to point that out.
How can you even see out the window, you fucking weirdo?
Oh, sorry, I just wanted to say something that I've heard 2,000 times from you.
Okay, but it is one of the most popular cars in the city right now, and there's a lot of them all over the place. Shut the fuck
What,
up.
a Kona?
Yes,
What?
Raza, tell me. Have you? Well, you won't know, Raza, because you don't. You know.
Exactly. I'm like the worst person to ask for this question. But Kias are very common cars.
Civics.
It's not a Kia,
I'm just in general.
and I know.
Do you come?
Yes.
Do you
Many times a day.
what color is it?
Let's see.
All right, that's gone way too far. That's the worst, most disgusting. Okay.
Okay. Sorry. About the just fucking what's up? I don't know where I'm going with this, but
What's up with airline food? Yeah.
yeah.
Guys.
Did you have airline
It's Kyle
food
here.
flying back?
Today.
No, but I did Porter Airlines. I had free beer, and
Two.
I got to
Nashville?
pick my snack, bro. I didn't get no just tiny pretzels. I got asked if I wanted almonds or like peanuts or like chippies. I was like, oh, I'm in heaven. Free.
See,
beer.
no one wants the Kona. No one wants the Kona.
Yeah, no one wants the Kona. They're not stolen enough. You can't resell the Kona in Africa as easily.
Good. Wine Mom, take this as a W. Your car's not stealable. Okay. Anyways,
Too much Kona talk. We crossed the line. No Konas. We now know we got a serious line here, Panda. No Konas.
Okay.
all right.
Is my mom still alive?
Wine Mom,
Hello?
I always admired the sleek edges on the Kona. Whenever it drove by, I was like, oh, yeah, see that car? Well
Okay.
designed ergonomically.
I do like the heated
This is
seats.
helping out so
Yes,
much.
yes.
We're definitely not. Yeah. Keep on. No. Yo, Billy. So you took Porter to
Yeah.
Nashville?
Calgary.
So-
No, to Calgary.
Cal-
I drove to Nashville.
Ooh.
That was, yeah, it was 11 hours. It was an 11-hour
Ugh.
drive.
I would
the drive
point
back, I
blank
was
shoot
fucked.
myself in the face.
I was out to the strip club till 5 a.m. the night before I drove home, so I had to I got up at like 9 a.m. just like I came home drunk, packed my bags, so then when I woke up, I'm just like, okay.
Why did you not just fly there?
It saved like several hundred, like probably $500 to $600.
Unless you book in advance, but I guess.
No, even in advance, like we checked earlier, there's still about like $600 to $900 depending on what area.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, that's how much. Like me.
What?
Never mind. But I'll tell you
How much
after.
okay.
But
Man's got the hookups. But no, I feel you. It's fucking no.
It's just one way. It's one way.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's pretty expensive.
So the driving, I was just it cost us two bills total.
That sounds insane, man.
Well, it's not that bad. You have
11 hours?
My car only had 2 people, but everyone else you do 3 people and then you're good to go.
Oh, you took a convoy? Okay.
Yeah, and you do 3 people in the car and you rotate, and then one person's their job's to stay up and keep the driver up.
Like watch.
Yeah, your job is literally to keep watch.
That's all. I mean, good for you though. That's probably the most rambunctious way to do that, but no, it's at least you guys made it. That's
Love it. I drove it when I was 21 and I was in university. We drove to Florida, like a 3-day trip. We just drove to Florida.
I hear people all the time. It's like, dude, like I fine, drive all you want, but I could 3 days driving straight would be just it would do something to me.
I could do it again, but I'm never doing it the D-Gen way again. Like the strip club till 5 a.m. Not good. Not good. I was fucking broken for like a day and a half after. Like my brain was so tired. I had to eat. I ate so much food. I ate the most food after a day of driving and not eating.
Yeah. Good though. You caught up.
Oh yeah, but okay, I'll stop rambling about how I had to grind a trip back home. Do you have any? What's your tale, Raza? Did you stumble upon any adventures on your break?
No.
No wife nagging you?
No, I just played golf.
No, you didn't. You're lying.
No, I didn't play golf. No, I didn't play golf. No, I didn't do anything. I just hung out.
Did you move?
No. Welcome, Panda. Fucking yeah. I just did. I didn't do much.
Oh,
Just
that's good.
played games. Yeah.
You been biking a lot?
Yeah, I have been actually. Yeah, I have been back in a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. How many pants do you wear?
I was 3. Oh my cock.
Okay, all right. Is Wine Mom disappeared on us? Me and Raza were trying to make sure Wine Mom's mic be working.
I'm here.
You're live. All right.
How's it going?
It's not
What?
going well, supposedly.
Listen, I disassociated like 20 minutes ago.
We
Okay,
could tell.
all right. Well, we're
We
going
could
to start
tell.
the show, so... If
All right, I'm
we
associating
can
again.
come back from mouth. Yeah,
Reassociate?
come
Come
back from
back.
mouth. Breathe in. So,
Don't chase the ganja.
I wonder what. What's up, internets? Welcome to Movie
Holy
Madness.
fuck! I'm coming!
Okay, this week
Dude.
we've been away for a bit. We had a backlog of edits. I'm gonna put this one out first. You might see it past us. It's a whole thing. We watched the least problematic movie yet. Finally, just a peaceful, calm movie. We watched The Secret Life of Walter Mitty from 2013, which I did not know was directed by the Ben Stiller himself. So, if it's your first time here, checking it out, what we do is we take a breather in the madness and try to focus in on a film like a couple times a month. And if you're interested in looking at movies again, and I'm stuttering because this has been so goddamn long. If you're interested in focusing in on things and thinking critically, we want you to stop by and give your opinions. So, next movie, Raza's picking right now. Panda is going to give you a spoiler-free summary of the film. And if you like it, then you could go check it out, come back, listen to the rest of our thoughts. All right, you know the deal. I'm getting out of here. Panda, what do you got for us?
Alright. Ethan Hunt and his IMF team must track down a dangerous weapon before it falls into the wrong hands. Tom Cruise stars in... Oh, wait a second, wrong movie.
We have jokes here, guys.
So yeah, for the last 4 weeks, I've had it in my head, and I took one of those basic-ass IMDb descriptions of The Secret Life of Walter Mitty from 2013, directed and starring Ben Stiller, and I formatted it into this. So hopefully this goes over well. The manager of a negative asset sector of Life magazine, Walter Mitty, has been working for 16 years for the magazine and has a tedious life, not going anywhere but to and from work. He is an escapist, daydreaming, into fantasy world many times a day. It doesn't even seem grammatically correct, but alright, thank you, IMDb. The magazine is preparing to release its last printed edition with change in management. Downsizing is inevitable, and over the next few days, Walter has been the liaison... wait. I'm so sorry. I have to go back. It's not me drinking, by the way.
Oh.
Who's disassociating now?
The magazine is preparing to release its last printed edition with changed management. Downsizing is inevitable. Walter has been the liaison between the magazine and the mysterious independent photographer Sean O'Connell, who has sent him a package of negatives and a wallet as a gift for their work together over the years. Sean has also suggested to the senior management to use negative 25 for the cover of the last edition. However, Walter cannot find the missing negative. Walter has no means of contact with Sean, and after finding a clue, will lead him on an unbelievable adventure. Hopefully that came out okay-ish.
I think the reading came through. I have problems with the spoileriness of it, but it was the IMDb one. So I'm like, there's a lot of, why do you need names for characters and shit, you know?
This movie doesn't really have that. I feel like it's not a movie that spoiler doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, it's like there's no like, oh, you have to, like the ending isn't really like a ending that is like like an ending that ruins the whole movie. But sorry to jump in.
No,
I'm rude.
That. No, that was good chat. And I actually, because Wine Mom's been quiet this whole time. Wine Mom's been dragging on about how she's seen this far too many times, with spoiler free, without saying specifics. What makes this so melancholy for you?
Well, I've watched this movie multiple times and fell asleep watching it. That's what I said.
Shame, Bailey, for shame.
I'm sorry. Maybe I projected a bit. Maybe I took that as boring. I will accept that.
I mean, I don't know. This movie it was okay. I don't know really what to say. It was definitely a melancholy movie because nothing super terrible happened, I guess, and nothing like super fantastic happened. Okay. That's how I feel. I know Cody's gonna disagree, but I can see him shaking his head.
That's a good teaser for as we're in the spoiler-free part, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Panda, do you have something to say about why you picked this film for us before we slide on over?
Well, finding a movie that's not too depressing and not too joyful, which are the parameters that Wine Mom has given me. I thought it had been a while since I had seen this movie. I remember watching it years after it had come out, and I was like, holy shit, like, visually it's stunning. I really like a fish out of water tale. And yeah, like I love Ben Stiller. I know that there are some tonal issues in this movie, which we can talk about, but as like a midlife crisis tied to like what is the meaning of life, it's a good bond of that. And again, I like movies that don't just take place in America. And yeah, so it's adventurous and there's some meaning in there, and like life is actually pretty great sometimes.
Yeah, Bailey, you hear that? Life is pretty great at times.
Bro, I'm
Oh,
feeling
doom
pretty
and
good
gloom.
about life right now. You got me
Yeah,
painted as the
good.
wrong man.
Make it last
growing.
longer than 30 days. How about a freaking year?
Yo, it will. I'm living. I'm better living right now, fam. All right, come on, get at me,
But
get at me,
I will
Mr.
get
Basement
you
Dweller.
in the
at me.
next year.
I got a closet that changes colors, fam. Fuck with me.
All right.
All right, okay. It's a good time to cut the commercial. So,
That's a weird threat. All right.
so Banda gave an excellent synopsis. I want to remind you, you could stop here, go watch the thing, and then we're gonna give our spoiler-filled thoughts. This is where you tune out. And Raza, in order for me to make the cuts in the movie magic, I need you to sing a verse from your favorite Adele song.
Hello. Look at me. Wait, no. That's
No,
that's
it's
somebody else.
hello, it's me. Oh man.
I'm thinking of somebody else. Lionel Richie.
What a mix up.
Is it me you're looking for?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Take a sip of this coffee.
Oh God. Oh, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Damn.
Holy
And we're back.
fuck. I'm coming.
God damn.
I didn't do it. He did.
That's horrible. Stop.
I love it, but
No,
we're
it's
back.
gross.
We're back. Hopefully, if you're enjoying your time, you watch the entire film. If not, you can lie about it. We're not going to tell the teacher, but Wine Mom may snitch on you in the future with using it as blackmail. So, what I'm curious about more
What?
so is I feel like Raza has the most intermediary feelings about this. So, I do feel I'm putting you on the spot if I get Raza to give his thoughts first.
Can you say it one more time? You just cut out.
Do you want to go first? Do you want to go first? I'm being too considerate.
Aw.
I care about your feelings or something, pal.
Aw. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's fine. There's nothing really big that happens in it, but I think it's the themes. It's just like just living for the moment and stuff, and like being stoked on things, being hyped up for like new things too, because he found a purpose. Purpose is to find that image or whatever, and he also finds himself along the way. It's got that kind of cliche, but also wholesome messaging where it's like your purpose. You're gonna be before you find your purpose. You gotta be something. You gotta do something. You gotta be yourself. So I think it's a good little feel good movie. How I mentioned
how'd
it
you like
earlier.
how it looked? Because you're an action boy, and they would cut in all these action little sequences. Was that a good little?
I thought that was yeah. It just like because those things are cut because when he zones out. So I think because I think the pacing change, as Panda will probably bring up later on, is intentional. Because when he zones out, he's thinking of something else, and then the pace gets all kerfuffled, and then when he comes back in, it becomes a normal movie again. But I did like the whole simplicity of it. Is just like how he goes from becoming a I forget his job now, like the at Life magazine.
Negative
he
asset
worked
manager. I thought that was
Negative
witty
asset-
writing. I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
That they make him a negative asset manager, and it's about a happiness movie. It was like, that's an adorable little writer. I like that.
Yeah, that's actually a good well way to put it. And then like then he switches it around. I thought that was sort of cool about how it sort of changed. Like the movie sort of like became different at the end. He did all of these things, and you forgot what type of. I forgot it was it presented itself to be kind of different initially, and then it just changed halfway through, and then he became like, because the movie's growing with him. But yeah, I did like Chiseled. I mean, there's something awful about strong Ben Stiller. Something weird about that when he's trying to be strong. Like I can't put my thumb on it, but yeah, it's a good it's a good movie.
Yeah, Bold Benny can get weird. Like once he's in his like third act of the film and he's got the salt and pepper going on, he's trying to look all like hyper masculine and sexy. It's like,
yeah, the weirdest thing ever.
I support this vision for yourself, but I don't.
It's like
I don't know
Zoolander.
how I feel about it. Yeah.
But not as weird as Adam Scott's beard in this.
Yeah,
Yes,
I thought that was
dog.
not real.
Oh
Was
my
that
god.
real?
That man
don't-
put on way too much of the coloring.
I have no idea. It's probably not real.
They dyed it at least. That shit did not match his hair, fam. That was a different tone than his hair.
Yeah.
It was stressing me
Yeah.
out. It was really stressing me out. I was like, the least they could do is match his beard to his hair. Like,
Yeah, and this was when Adam Scott was in those type of roles, and then later on he became an actor himself. Shout out to Severance. But yeah.
shout out to Ben for putting people on.
Right.
It's always been the.
I mean, no,
his
well,
thing.
Parks and Rec,
Yeah, but you open
and then
doors.
Step Brothers, and then
Okay, touche. All right.
C. Bailey, get dunked on. This is my house. Raise the roof, as the cool kids say.
What did you think about the journaling-y parts? Did you relate to the character of Walter
No.
at all?
Not at all. Not at all. I was like, because it was like, again, this is a happy-go-lucky movie, and I didn't even know Harmony has a yearly.
Back then
Like-
they did. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ! And like, it's so weird because this movie's a time capsule. Because yeah, the whole eHarmony, and then Patton Oswalt is and I knew who that was. The like the first phone call, I was like, that's fucking Patton Oswalt. Fuck you
Oh, yeah.
guys. But yeah, so
Patton Oswalt probably makes the world's largest residual checks ever. He's had supporting roles in like every
Yeah.
film since the 90s, it feels like. And then he was on
yeah.
King of Queens, so that's a syndicated
Ratatouille?
show. He's in
Yeah.
Ratatouille. He's getting Disney money. This guy's just getting money from every corner of the field, and then still doing comedy. It's like you're coasting through life. But
his stand-up is also good too.
I agree. I do agree. But derailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying to Wine Mom, it's also like, I mean, it's with all due respect, because I realize a lot of people are like, it's why he's supposed to be a powerful character. He's relatable to a lot of people, the way that they're not present and not living in the moment. But I'm like, I really ain't want to be no Walter Mitty. I'm very happy. I'm living a very baby and eccentric life. Like I ain't don't if I'm a Walter Mitty, like catch me, shake me, and tell me to go on a trip or do something. Like
Yeah.
I was just thinking that the whole time of like, oh, I'm grateful that I don't find this character relatable to myself. But
Yeah.
I see how it can be for people.
No, I agree.
Yeah. But
Wine Mom?
yeah, go ahead.
The movie was alright. I don't know. I feel like it definitely was I don't know if melancholy is the right word, but I feel like it was indifferent for me. I didn't feel like super excited about anything. I didn't feel like super not excited about things, I guess. I don't know. There was a couple parts that I really liked. Like, I would say this movie cinematically is very good. There's lots to see as far as like the travels and stuff that happen. Like, I really enjoyed that part. But I felt like this movie was really long and not in a good way.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like it just kept dragging and dragging and dragging and dragging. Especially like most of the part where he was looking for Sean Connery, I just felt like we were dragging. And I was like,
Not Sean Connery.
wait, what's his name? Sean Penn?
Sean Penn, yeah.
There we go. I don't know
like
why I
my
said
second
Sean Connery.
one.
Anyway, Sean Penn. My point is, the whole like travel to see him, I felt like it was so drawn out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was also telling, I can't remember who I was telling this to, but I was complaining about it earlier today at work, that I felt like the love interest, I didn't like her at all. That character sucked. There was nothing about it that was like exciting or fun. Like, it was just very dull and boring. And I'm sure that was probably the point of the movie, whatever, but it's just like, I did not like her character at all.
I think I'm with you on that one.
See, I think that's
Like, her hair looked horrible, her outfit looked horrible, like, they did her dirty. I'm serious. That wig? Please. Please.
Her wig. Oh, her big black hair wig.
No, the wig that she wore through the whole fucking movie, the brown hair. I'm pretty sure it was her actual hair, but it was horrible.
Kristen Wiig that's Kristen Wiig, right?
And that was 2013. That was a 2013 hairstyle. That's what I was thinking watching it. I was kind of thinking,
I hated
was
it.
like this for a
She's
Hollywood
also, like-
film. I appreciated that it wasn't just another fucking blonde girl, especially for the era.
I mean, that's
what I thought I
wonderful.
liked about it.
That's wonderful. I didn't enjoy her.
She was kind of yeah. No, she.
I
Yeah,
think.
she was kind
And
of
like she's actually a good actress and she's funny.
Mhm.
And this was just like so flat and so boring from her. I just
Yeah.
hated it.
I liked her in Anchorman 2 more than this,
Yeah.
Well,
which is
course.
a stretch. Which is yeah.
I agree with Wine Mom actually, because I just finished rewatching The Skeleton Twins, which is a fantastic movie with Kristen Wiig, sorry, and Bill Hader, which maybe I'll suggest at some point, but it is kind of one of these middle ground, depressing, melancholy movies, but it's very serious, and to see those two comedians acting in it, like. Again, it always takes me back to the female Ghostbusters movie because they're all good actresses. It's just a terrible script of a terrible remake of a classic, right? Anyways, great actress, but her character is very dry. But I also feel like that lends to the whole finding himself and the letdown towards the end when he's like, oh, her husband's back. I'll just leave the skateboard here. And then you get a different ending, but still, it's kind of bad to say, but she is definitely a stepping stone for his growth. Which, in most cases, would be bad for a film, for, like, a male's character to, like, use a woman as a stepping stone. But in this dry-ass world where really his mother is the only thing that kind of seems like, be happy. I want to see you happy.
Yeah.
Everything else is so dry, so flat. Even his sister, who is a great actress too, but she's like so in her own world that she becomes annoying to us, Anyways.
No, I agree with that, and I think if anything, it was like interestingly done because he like owned up to it and like explicitly in the film. And it was like, oh, I thought that was your husband. She was like, well, no, it's not. He's like, yeah, that was me then. I was like, that's like, especially for 2013. I was like, that's surprisingly well-rounded. That it wasn't just like, oh, I was wrong. It was like, no, he realized that he had an internal issue there. It wasn't just like, oh, big punchline. Like,
Well, what also like I like that it ends on like an open ending. Like, yeah, she does come, talk to him, and I think he asks her out or whatever. But the whole, like, literally the start is eHarmony with him trying to connect with her. That's how he makes his connection with Patton Oswalt's
mhm.
character, right? And then that's also what pushes him to like, wait a second, I've never been anywhere. And then it helps the snowball roll and
Mhm.
grow into something I do want to get into. But I still want to hear Bailey. Like, I know you already talked a little bit, but I want to hear more from you because I think I had you in mind when choosing this because it has the photography aspect, it has the skateboarding aspect, which is one of my favorite sequences in this movie, and most of it.
First of all, let's skateboarding is for degens, longboarding is for proper.
Okay.
And he did
But
both. They did both. You got
People.
both.
yep, yeah,
Because
exactly.
longboarding is the real one.
He
I'll
did the.
fucking
They
die
even
on
did
that
the
one.
hill ride and everything. They did that shit properly. But
And most of that was actually Ben
Longboard.
Stiller.
Yeah.
Most of it.
All right,
It would
Tom
have-
Cruise.
I
Watch out, Ben Stiller's in the room.
Yeah. Benny Boy's here. I made Tropic Thunder. I'll blow you out of the water any day. My dad's famous too. Where's your dad, Tom?
The boy's dead. So ha.
Sorry, that was rude. No disrespect. I like so overall, it was like very meh. I like kind of hated it, but kind of liked it. I guess I shouldn't say hated it. I just like it feels predictable, but it did really still keep me drawn in and interested. So I definitely can't say it's bad. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it's like that office era color tones, like office TV era. It's very like blue tones, muted and flat, and I liked the colors of it a lot. And I thought they did a really good. Like it was really tastefully done of like how traditionally Hollywood the shots were, but you still felt very personal with the Ben Stiller, like especially in the first third of the movie where he's like walking through all these corporate buildings, and they did a lot of panning shots with him, but there was like no camera shake. They had everything stabilized, but it still felt very personal. And it's really fucking hard to do that with those big fancy shots. So that's what my brain was going off. It was like, oh, they did this well, and I don't really get why. So that's I'm not educated enough for that one. But in terms of like my favorite shot and scene, I loved when he jumped in the helicopter. Like I thought her singing Major Tom was like a little cheese, but like just the way they framed it and the way he jumped in and they used the CGI, but him actually in a helicopter, it was like this looks great. Benny Boy's acting was like, yeah, he was like scared but confused. I was like, that's some good face acting there, Ben. I like this face acting, Ben.
Jesus Christ. How high is a bar for you then?
Yo, it's hard. You gotta pretend you're jumping in a helicopter that's swooping about. I was like, I thought he did that pretty good. I was like, that's a tough one to pretend. That's a room full of green. What? What? Come on.
Evans can do it. So bad. No, kidding.
Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I it was good. No critiques. I love that the picture was in his wallet after all, but I could have called it. And like my main thing for perspective wise, this is also I see why Wine Mom would see it as drab because Wine Mom's already into like gems and crystals and the hippie side of life, right? So if you have any sort of like perspective into that, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, great, another like, oh, be present. This is what I already do with all my meditating and shit, right? And so I think to like a hyper liberal or like someone who's just like in their own little bubble and they exist on like Facebook chats and shit and they just get mad because Karen next door didn't mow her lawn, that's like they're gonna be like, wow,
I don't live in my own bubble.
you know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So that's like, I think it's a matter of perspective. I very much was watching it with the objective perspective of like, I see how this could be like, a lot of people probably watch this and like, oh, this is my sisterhood of the traveling pants. But like, for me, I'm like, this is just the same old same old shit that any spiritual guru is gonna tell you.
Yeah, it feels like a white person's Eat, Pray, Love.
I mean, aren't they both?
It's just like, well, yeah, but this is like because it instead of going to India, he goes to was it Greenland or it goes one of the, Iceland.
Well,
It's one of the ones. One of the
Iceland,
two.
and then he had to go to Afghanistan.
No, not the one at the end, the end.
oh, right.
Like where you find Sean.
Where he finds
Connery.
Sean is in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Afghanistan. Okay,
He
so
went in
it's
through Yemen.
okay. So it is eat, pray, love, but it's also eat, pray, love for white people because he goes to one of the lands there, and then he goes, yeah. So it's essentially like a get help thing. You know what I mean? It's a therapeutic movie, as it says, a callback type thing. Not a callback. Sorry. As like a movie that's supposed to make you feel not sad, just feels like there's purpose in things, because there is, and that's the messaging that I did like about the movie. But you know, everything else was, I've seen this in other movies before.
Yeah, my favorite comedy bit that I'm probably gonna clip for the TikTok is the porpoises. When the fucking Dutch guy is yelling at him about the porpoises, and I was just
Yeah.
dying. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna steal that one. That's gonna be the clip.
My favorite part was when Adam Scott was introduced for the first time, and he's just like, oh, cake man. It's like, I don't do cakes, and he's zones out, and then he's just like, hey, and the guy behind him was like, yeah, he tends to do that a lot. So I was like, okay, that's what I did like. Like everybody, yeah,
That's okay. I adore this movie, and it does make me feel like an old person. That like I wish I could have seen this in theaters. Like if I had to make a list of movies that I'd like to see in 3D that weren't released in 3D, I would love to see this in 3D. I'd see it in IMAX, like if they re-released it.
How would it work in 3D?
Are you kidding me? This movie is like legit made for 3D, but it wasn't released in 3D. If you look at the cinematography and the jumping and the sharks and the volcano, like there's so many 3D aspects.
Sure.
Anyways, I do love like the whole scavenger hunt, even if it is predictable. You know, I do like that. Even when he's on the trip and he like has lemon cake and he doesn't make the connection that it's his mom's.
Yeah.
Or sorry, it's
Tangerine cake.
tangerine cake. Yeah.
Clementine cake.
Clementine cake. My
Come
bad.
on,
I was
boy.
close.
It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. Okay.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the type of movie meant for me to be inspiring, and like I've always felt like an outcast, or I'm not doing enough with my life, so it does give me that live your life kind of happiness, you know.
It's like it's like a very inspiring type of movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you put it on. I don't think it's a movie you want to like be critical about. You know what I mean? It's not a movie like you. Yeah, sorry. Go.
No. Given going back to the tonal thing, is that some of the like cheesy comedy, and I'm not talking about those scenes that you were talking about, but I'm trying to think. I don't know. There were certain characters, like his sister, for instance. You know, like wanting to audition for Grease, and she's cartoony. Adam Scott, a little cartoony. Like it's clear he's supposed to be the villain type. Given when they have like that physical fight, I fucking love that. You know,
That's
and
cool.
to have like a Stretch Armstrong, which you know might not mean a lot to a lot of people, but I had one as a kid, and it was huge in the '80s. So I imagine, you know, different generations and stuff, and can connect. But yeah, there are tonal shifts, but I also personally tend to zone out, not so much these days because I'm all like, I'm an adult, money rules everything, you know. But the whole zoning out and imagining things, I connect with that, and I love the transition where how deep his imagination goes into real life is happening and insane things are happening, but they're believable. You know, like longboarding down this massive road in Greenland or Iceland, and a volcano's going off, and you know, jumping into the water like an idiot from a helicopter and landing on a shark.
Yeah.
Or, you know, going up into the the Alps? No. That's not in
Himalayas.
Afghan. Himalayas, right. Right. I'm not even gonna make that joke anymore. Bigfoot's cousin. Don't eat yellow snow. Anyway,
Oh,
What?
the what are they called?
Yeti.
The Yeti. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But also, yeah, the Sean Penn scene and how like wise he's supposed to be, and like the whole like sometimes I don't take the picture.
Yeah, as a
Yeah.
photographer, I'm just like, oh my god, this is so cringe. Like, this is like very cringe right
But
now.
also he's like 60, and you know, but also like the literal level he's at, he should be taking that picture because it's like you could die here, you know.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. It's also like you set up all that camera work. Just tell fucking Ben Stiller, I'm just trying to look at this fucking thing. Just tell him from the beginning. Like, I don't know. It just seems like I'm gonna withhold this knowledge so I can fucking truth bomb you, bitch. That's what it feels like.
Spend all that money traveling and just like that.
You
Yeah.
ready for this, man? I know it took you a while to get here, fam. I've been holding on to this one ever since I
Yeah.
banged your mom. Sorry.
We're gonna do. I'm the world greatest photographer. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Sorry, that was a little offensive. My bad. Came in a little hot. I came in a little hot. I'm sorry.
No,
all
but the
good.
photographer doesn't have sex with Ben Stiller's mom in this
Oh,
movie.
I had 90%
It's a clear-
chance. Definitely. Why was Sean visiting Ben's mom? No one talks about
Because-
this.
They do.
The whole
What?
thing's about Ben's character is that he wanted to do this last photo intentionally for him, and you got to remember the whole lead up to the actual photo that's taken of Ben was Sean Penn's own journey, you know.
Okay, but we still don't know if they like went out to lunch or something.
Well,
After that.
I'm not discrediting.
Jesus Christ, Bailey. Two old people can just hang out with each other, not bang, alright?
I mean, usually we think the opposite, right? It's like you see two old people and you're like, they definitely don't bang.
Yeah, there's
Sean Penn.
like I
Sean
thought
Penn, that guy fucks. Come on, come on, bro.
I thought innocently. I was just like, oh, he's just going to his grandmother or his mom's place and talking about how awesome his son is. But you're just like, no, he fucking. Yeah,
Possible.
great.
Okay, no,
Well,
sorry,
great.
I'll stop making the problematic jokes. All right, so other than be a supportive duo towards Ben Stiller as mother and father figure who are non-romantically involved, do you
You're just making
feel
it
that
worse.
Sean Penn's character had payoff for how badass he was made to be? Like, I was like, we met Sean Penn like looking through his camera. I was like, this was lackluster.
But it's supposed to be, because even he is like, what are you doing here? Like, you weren't supposed to come all this way. Like, all you were supposed to do is like look at your wallet and maybe like open it up and be like, clever. He didn't intentionally send Ben Stiller on a change your life, but that's the universe, you know, man.
That is the universe.
Yeah.
As it,
Hmm.
yeah. No, yeah, it's just like I don't think the movie is about the payoff though. I don't it's like as I said earlier, I don't think it's like, oh, the spoilers. No, the spoilers are like I don't even think it's about the ending. It's about like the journey, right? Like the ending doesn't. When I saw the ending, oh, that's cool. But like, I felt more about what he did along the way, and I don't think a payoff is necessary for this type of movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's
coming in
about being
hard
present,
facts.
so you get rewarded by being present rather than like.
Yeah, and we also get rewarded by watching this great movie.
And again, slightly woke. It's not like he got the woman; he just made her kid happy with a skateboard, and he was happy with that as well. And
Basically,
not
bought
gross.
the happiness.
Mm,
Love me. It's a longboard.
the longboard he traded. I
For
forget
the
what it
Stretch
is.
Armstrong.
Right. Yes. Which was, yeah. Again, like this whole movie has so many metaphors. It's like letting go of the past and like
yeah.
accepting that you don't know what the outcome is. And think of all the nice people and the risks he took that he met. And like, again, the helicopter pilot is a little cartoony, but he's happy that he jumped on that helicopter.
Because he's
happy.
drunk as shit.
I mean, Ben Stiller's happy, by the end of it.
Yeah.
Though, like, that's where I wish they kind of gave it to you near the end or in the last act of it, but I thought the little hints that were tasteful was like the skateboarding scene when he's showing the kid that he can kickflip and stuff. It's like, oh, it's showing that he already does have a bunch of interesting things. He's just taking himself for granted, but they only really did it that one time. But I thought that was still, I was like, okay, character writing wise, you should have given us more things.
Fair.
When I saw that scene about the people, or the kid and Ben Stiller talking about skateboard, I was picturing Bailey was like, I wish I had this relationship with my dad until I got a divorce.
My dad bought me a BMX bike and said, come back to me in 2 weeks. If you can't do a wheelie, you're paying for it.
What an upbringing, dude. You fucking... That sucked. So I assume you have to pay for it?
I didn't pay for it. I couldn't do it.
Motherfucker can't do a wheelie. Get out of here. Get out of here. All your training for nothing, Bailey.
That's why I take out all my white boy aggression on you, honey.
That's phrasing. Phrasing on that one. Sorry, Wine Mom, do you feel like anything adding?
Honestly, I feel like I don't want to say too much because I did not get all the fuzzy feels from this movie at all. I feel like in a weird way, this movie... I feel like in a weird movie, in a weird way, this movie was more for like the guys of the group than for me. Because it also had this like superhero aspect to it that I didn't love. Yes, it did, Cody. It did. And it's just like the journey was all kind of dumb and like the thing that really upset me about it in the end when he finally meets Sean and he's like, did you even look in the wallet? The whole time I was like, Sean knows you so well and like actually cares who you are and then like put in this effort for this gift and you've been working with this guy for however many years and you know nothing about him, but yet you've seen all of his life in pictures and videos and stuff this whole time you've been doing this magazine. It's just, that was kind of a letdown because it's like, oh, like everybody feel bad for Mitty because his life kind of sucks, but then whatever. But it's like, what about Sean? Okay? He's given up his whole life to make art and he connects with this one little guy that he talks to mostly through mail and the guy doesn't even know him.
I think we should pity the guy who's profiting the most off of this magazine.
Yes.
That is shutting down, by the way, and he doesn't even give a fuck.
Yes.
He's not taking the picture of the wolves.
Yes.
Really?
And he got to fuck Ben Stiller's mom?
Yes. Yes, because this man, nobody truly knew this man. He's just this character that's just like out there doing this thing, and nobody truly knew him.
Because
he was so wrapped up in his. Oh my god, dude! That's the point I'm trying to make. Out of everybody, the only person he had the real connection with was Mitty, and Mitty didn't even know him so much as to know that he should look in the wallet for the negative.
It's highly unprofessional.
No.
That's what he says to him too. It's like
But it doesn't matter. That's not the point. It's like Cody. It's like this. If you and me owned a business or worked together in some sort of business way, I would 100% expect you to do something like Sean. But I would not fuck around like Mitty did. I would have figured it out. That's what I'm saying. It's like they were best friends and they should have known each other. He should have known that he would have put it in there. I'm just saying, if he was really buddies.
Sean Penn's character was kind of weird in that one. Not gonna lie, it's kind of weird.
Did you like Sean Penn? Did you think he was good, Wine Mom? Did you think he was like well-rounded?
I mean, I didn't think his role was fantastical either, but I did think his character was okay. I can't hear anybody. Everybody's cutting out for me.
That is the point. It's that we're all just living regular lives. And this was the first time they met.
I gather that. I know.
Right.
So I gather that.
You don't really know anyone. Just like we all look at Walter Mitty and he's a fucking loser.
No, but they're saying, but it's the one person, like they have, out of everybody in Sean's life, Mitty is the only guy who actually knows anything about him. Like, actually knows anything about him, has, like, a true, genuine connection to him than anybody else in the movie. And he didn't even know to look in the wallet, is what I'm saying. Like, that I didn't like. I thought it was kind of shitty, because it showed that they were more disconnected, and it was kind of just, like, sad.
The opposite.
For Sean.
I think that Sean really knows Walter, but Walter doesn't really know Sean.
That's what I just said.
Right, but again,
that's why I'm saying it's sad because
so what's the
nobody
purpose of
knows
the
him.
What's the purpose of visiting his mom? What's the purpose of
what's in the box? What's in the box, Wine Mom?
There's no purpose to the whole movie was purposeless. I'm just saying.
The whole thing has purpose, which is
life. That's like I said. This is your prerogative.
Okay,
you
so
like the movie. I don't.
Wine Mom. I support it.
No, that's my point. And I've been
main upset about the film.
That was a big annoyance. Yes, because it felt like we spent this whole time watching this guy and like feeling so sorry for him and his disassociation and all the things going on in his life and daydreaming or whatever the fuck. And we're like, oh, let's feel so bad for him. And then Sean, who thinks that him and Mitty are best friends, and Mitty just fucking doesn't even care. That's what I'm saying. And even when he meets him, they didn't even see, like, it wasn't even, like, happy. Like, Sean was happy to meet him, but Mitty was like, all right, dude, like, you're fucking with my job. What's the deal here? It's like, okay.
Because he hadn't learned to be present yet, and he was still thinking of the past when he saw him. That's why he was.
I don't know. I think the best part of the whole movie. It's fine. The best part of the whole movie is when Sean's like, "Look," and they're both looking, and they see the little snow lynx or leopard or lion, whatever, walking around, and then he just stares and he just watches, and then he asks him some question about like taking the picture, and he's like, "Come on, let's go!" And instead he plays soccer in the field. That was the best part of the whole movie. Because he was like, I experienced it, and I like was present, and I was in this moment, which I know is the whole point of the movie. Duh, we know this. It's irrelevant. Because like that's the whole point of the movie. Yeah, but whatever. Who cares? I'm saying that's the best part of the whole movie, and I don't even think Walter even understood what was happening.
But do any of us put yourself in his shoes?
I did not like the movie. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
It didn't feel. I know what you're trying to say, Cody, but I didn't get that feeling, and that's why I'm saying I feel like this is more for the boys.
But if it was Julia Roberts, it would be completely
because the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants did nothing for me either.
Don't use that as an example.
What's the example?
Why is that problematic?
No, but the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants is about teenage girls that share a pair of jeans and have their own summer
into their adulthood. They share them again in their adulthood. Oh, so this is so different from the movie we just fucking watched. Okay. I feel like it was like a Made for Boys feel good. Let's talk about the
I had to read that book in high school.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I
Sisterhood
never
of the
got.
Traveling Pants. That's
Yeah, it's really
hilarious.
weird. I just thought about it now because like I never got over the fact that they wore the same pants. Like I hope they washed that shit, passing it on, because that
Raza,
would
be
be kind
real.
of. That's what like. First of all, I don't want to share pants with my bros. But then again, I think that's like a gender thing. But I don't know. It's an interesting concept. Interesting concept of for
I'm
a
just
book.
saying.
I'm not gonna lie.
You never share
I'm just
pants with your bro
saying.
on a Tuesday?
No, B. Sorry.
Pants swap?
I'm just
Why am I trying to
saying.
say something? Fuck.
I'm just saying. I felt like I didn't feel like the movie. Like, because I was sitting here when Cody was like, if I could see it in theater or IMAX or like 3D, and like he was so excited, and the whole time I'm listening to it, I was like, you couldn't even pay me to sit through that again in something like that. There's not even, I don't want any part of it. It does not need to be re-released or
Rod talking it
redone.
right.
Like, I'm sorry.
Mrs.
I
Sandman.
love it.
Mrs. Sandman, who likes to fall asleep to this movie. Look, Bailey, even if
Sandman.
yeah. Mr.
Hello, I'm the Sand
Sandman-
Lady. Thank you very much.
I said Mrs. by the way.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, Bailey, even if you, I don't know, I haven't gathered if you completely liked or hated this movie, and it doesn't matter, but visually, do you not think it would be great for like the big screen, for IMAX 3D?
If you're arguing
I think it
visually,
would.
fine.
I think visually, yes. I don't know if you're gonna
If you're
get
saying
it
as far
enough
as the
people wanting to
story?
go see it though.
I know, it would be me and like 50, 60-year-olds, you know, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yes,
No.
because like the little scenes where he's daydreaming and he like blows out of the wall or he gets into the fight and jumps out, those are the times that you put it in because then it will help the surrealism. That I would see how that would work.
Wine Mom, have you seen the Born? Which one is it? I think it's the Born Supremacy. You've
The
seen
Born
the Born
Supremacy? I like the
Supremacy.
Born series.
I think it's Born Supremacy or Ultimatum. But when Ben Stiller went into his first zone out thingamajig, did you notice the jump he did was the same jump that Matt Damon did in one of the Born movies?
It was familiar, yes.
Yeah, I was just like, is this motherfucker? I'm referencing that.
Probably.
Most likely with the timing.
Yeah. So I thought the action sequences were kind of cool. I wouldn't say they would need to be on a big screen to like a 3D or whatever. Maybe if you could just take those parts and put them into a montage and be like,
Listen, I get
IMAX
it. You guys
Boom.
think it's a sleep fest. I personally,
Okay,
I saw it twice, by the way.
that's not fair to say.
this is an art house project with a massive budget.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not saying it's 10 out of 10.
That had a massive budget?
Oh yeah,
yes,
buddy, that's a
this is
lot
a
of
Hollywood
money.
movie.
2013, that much CGI, that's a lot. That was big bucks. Big
And it was
bucks.
good.
Time has
Sad.
changed so
And it was-
much. Holy
That's
shit.
bad.
Yeah.
And it was good CGI too, compared to if what you're looking at Marvel and DC's putting out.
Yeah, even right now.
Yeah, or if you're just consistently good, like Mission Impossible, then it doesn't even matter.
Anyways,
Just to clarify on that, the budget was $90 million.
Yeah.
And,
wow, they should fucking get that money back.
well,
Did it's money back.
They
yeah,
doubled
it
it.
almost. Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Ugh.
So
See, this is that movie that like it only did good because it was released when it was released, and it's of that moment. I'm just saying.
I might have the winning
Maybe.
argument. I could be wrong, but so this was 2013, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Tropic Thunder came out before this, and Ben Stiller directed both. So I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah, 2008, wasn't it? Yeah, it was really even
2008. Yeah.
yeah. Come on, Panda, that's fucking. You should know this stuff.
Dates.
This is Panda knowledge.
Dates give you got to give me like 5 to 10 years. Sometimes
Fair
it
enough.
depends.
Fair enough.
Again, we
but-
haven't had a good comedy in like 10 years, in my opinion. So movie, specifically movie. if you want to go off on that path.
I don't like comedy, so it doesn't
You
matter.
don't like any comedy. No comedy. no
I like
funny
comedy
movies.
TVs, comedy
I have
TV
friends
series,
who are like that. That's not weird.
but comedy movies, no, that's just trying too hard.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like
The
I
Office
hate
is
musicals.
hilarious.
Cody, have you ever heard me talk about a comedy that I like?
The Office.
It's a TV series, movie-wise.
I'm aware. Shining.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
You guys are so
Ooh.
stupid.
I saw one not too long ago. That I thought was actually pretty good. It's I forget the name of it now, but it's about these kids, these three boys trying to
Oh, Good Boys.
good boys. Yes, I was a very good movie.
Scenes, yes, but it's that generic, like, it's literally like super bad just with underage children, you know?
Pretty much,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
I like
that's
the scene where they go to the frat house and they're like, "Can you?" And it's like, "No, fuck you, no!" And they start beating up the kids. And he says, "Give me the drugs, give me the drugs." It is kind of jokes, and it's over too. The entire thing is to kiss a girl. That's the entire thing.
You know what does look good? It comes out. Oh, never mind. It's the Chinese comedy coming out. So Crazy Rich Asians isn't strictly a comedy, but that
Okay.
movie was good. And it's funny because, again, the Chinese are doing Hollywood comedies better than anyone right now for some reason. I'm pretty sure it's the lead in that.
She's also in Fresh Off the Boat. It's a
I'm
really
wrong.
good show.
I know I'm going a little too deep into this.
Constance Wu is the
yes.
is the lead in fresh no what's the movie you're just talking about? Fucking Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the daughter from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Stephanie Sue?
Not very sure. You're the specialist in names here.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway, Joyride, yes. I don't know if it's out yet or
It's
already.
coming out like next month, I think, or this month.
I think it might be out already. Anyways, there's an opening scene which they have. That's a great.
Is that Oppenheimer?
No,
Oh, no, that's the movie. Oops, never mind. That just clicked in. I thought that was what's his face, Cillian Murphy.
Anyways, I'm not going to quote Joyride because there's some things that a white person shouldn't be saying. That happens.
I feel like we're
I can.
off track here now
With me.
too.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking
don't
about
even know what we're
Joyride.
talking about anymore.
Well, I
Go ahead,
think
take it away.
Panda, as the narrator here, as the lover of this film, do you feel you're satisfied on hearing all of our opinions? Do you have any more questions?
I'm glad that everyone enjoyed some aspect of this movie. I didn't expect you all to love it, right? Again, I'm sure we all appreciate like some sort of technical aspect of this movie or a scene or something. And I like Salt and Pepper Ben when he, has to work with whatever he has and uses his tie to tie some rocks to his hand and then goes longboarding, I like that. I want to be that. I want to be skinny and 50
I want
going
to be
down the
Salt
hill.
and Pepper Ben.
No,
We
but
can make it happen. We can make a YouTube series out of it. Becoming
Okay.
Salt and Pepper Ben. The 60-day
Not
challenge. With
Fucking
LoveFailPanda.
Jesus Christ, Bailey.
What?
idea. Monetize it.
I'm just gonna sit there and eat Uncle Ben's rice. Like,
Yeah,
All
it's fine.
day,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, so we'll do the Ben Stiller diet, only eating foods owned by Ben, which means you can eat rice and ice cream.
Rice cream.
All right, sorry, I cut you off. I derailed
No.
it this time. This was me this time.
That's okay. Again, hopefully you guys got some enjoyment. I'll say I'm proud of Wine Mom for actually finishing it and not falling asleep. So I'll say that much. I'm trying to say something positive.
Uh-huh.
You know? And yeah, I guess the next part is gonna be buy it, watch it, or whatever.
Yes.
So
So, Panda, now it's your turn to give me a rendition of your favorite Aretha Franklin song.
ooh,
Jesus Christ.
oh my god, that is so hard.
Aretha Franklin?
You better think. All I'm gonna do.
There you go. You got enough. You got enough for me. Thank you. We'll cut it there. So,
Notice how he
We're
makes
back.
us dance like monkeys?
you can refuse. I'm not forcing you.
Oh, we can? Oh,
Yes,
okay. I didn't know.
yes.
Didn't
I tried to
that was
stop
not
healthy
made clear to me
communication.
at all.
Yes, it's made very. You have autonomy here, Raza. You can't say.
Oh, I
not
do.
feel
Okay, I
comfortable.
didn't know that. I did not. I under the very complex wording you put through. I did not know that it means my
What do you mean?
autonomy.
No, I will always respect you saying I do not want to do this unless it is cleaning my room and or giving me money on a monthly basis.
No.
No, sorry, you already booked in next week Tuesday.
No.
You come in.
But-
So,
I booked you.
bitch. Okay, we're back. We're back. So we already gave a good little summary of what we're doing there. Panda's feelings, his mushy gushy stuff, and thank you for sharing such a film that is meaningful to you like that. So
Also, not to cut in, but I think none of you have actually fully seen this movie, right?
I did
So
not.
that was
What
a
do you
check on
mean?
my part.
Oh, okay. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
To
What was
get-
that?
Accomplished.
I zoned out.
Before this. He means have any of us watched it before he made us watch it? Like fully watched it
have.
properly.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I see. I'm a plane.
I'll get there. I'll get there eventually.
I watch a lot of movies, Panda. I'm not like these two. I'm closer to you. I actually watch movies.
Uncultured.
I just marathon all the Mission Impossible movies
Listen,
last
Must
week.
be nice to have the time.
One day,
Oh,
I took it
bro.
off.
one day I'll choose a movie where we respect women, and you won't have seen it. You know.
Dab, 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 dab.
Oh my god, stop with the cringe.
So,
Fortnite.
Christ.
who's hitting the gritty? Who's hitting the gritty? All right, why, Mom?
On my back while I do it too.
Yeah.
Let me guess. You're gonna go. I'm gonna put you first. You're gonna go first, and let me guess. You're gonna say six. Is it gonna start with an S? Is that gonna be your choice? Are you gonna buy it, rent it, or skip it?
What is, oh, skip. Okay.
Honestly, I think you guys will find it weird that I'm gonna say this, but I would say rent it. Only because of the visuals. Literally only because of the visuals. Specifically when he's like traveling and you get to see a lot of like the like high points of cinematography. What do you call it when they're like up in the sky? The landscape. Anyways,
Eagle view.
Bird's eye
There we
view,
go.
yeah.
Bird's eye view.
anyways, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to see those things.
No. Okay. Cool. Fuck yeah.
But that's it. I'm like you rent it, watch it the one time, get the visual experience, and you don't need to go back.
Yeah.
You agree,
Raza?
Raza?
Yeah. Okay, I say stream it. Fucking, because it's a one-time watch. I think there's nothing really. It's not that deep of a movie where you need to go back and be like, I want to revisit this because I need to get what he meant in this scene. Like, no, it's pretty much like explained to you throughout. Nice, Panda. Nice. That was a good catch. Just stream it or rent it, and then it's there you go.
Yeah.
Have your
Yeah.
little.
I'm with you all on stream it / rent it, but I have the added benefit of maybe you can bump it up a category or prioritize rewatches. And no offense to the level of the film, but if you have kids that are like under 12 and you want them to not turn into assholes, then this is probably a good movie to show your kids.
Put on Toy Story. What do you?
What do you mean? There's a jerk in that movie.
Yeah.
Put on Toy Story 3 where they're all about to die and they're questioning their existence, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You want to traumatize your child? Watch Toy Story.
Yeah.
So that's my demeanor. I still give it the mid rating, but then if you've got kids, I'd be very much like, no, you should probably show your kid this movie, please. Thank
I
you.
mean, if you have Netflix, just pop it on in. There you go.
And as your avid movie collector, again, I would pay to see this. If I had known that this movie existed when it came out in theaters, I would have went to support it. I would see it in a theater. I would see it in 3D. I would see it in IMAX, and that is why I own it. And I will rewatch it at some point. I don't know when. I'm not like trying to make it out to be a masterpiece. I really enjoy this movie, and I think it's underseen. I won't say underrated, underseen. So,
Right.
if you haven't
Well,
seen it, consider it. If you like Ben Stiller,
There's better movies out there. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, as a
That's
director,
true.
he did do Tropic Thunder and Cable Guy, and some others that I'm missing right now. But yeah,
Big boy. He's a big boy.
big boy Ben.
This
Big
was
boy
a
Ben.
big year for movies, eh? But that's okay. So you know what? What we do after this podcast is we hang out and we just chat about trending news, and you can also trending news, movies, whatever the hell we like, as well as you can shit on our opinions if you listen to this whole show. We hope you enjoyed it. Panda is a resident guest that comes in and guests on our network. You can find his little link tree in the bio. That's in every description of our video. Me and Raza, we make Marching into Madness, which is an eclectic creative network in which we spew our creations onto, and hopefully you enjoy the precipitations of these events. And we also try to make sure that Raza doesn't end his career at the same time. So, Raza, can you tell them which social media platforms we're on today? Good sir, good squire, my friend, mon frere.
My personal one or the
Either one you want, because it's both, all of them, 5 of them, 10 of them.
so our socials are TikTok on Marching to Madness.
Yeah.
All right. So our socials are on Marching into Madness. See, guys, when you watch my solo streams, I actually have it all in the layout, so I don't have to say this. Y'all can see it visually because Reza's got talent. Reza thinks about these things. No, but seriously, catches on Spotify, TikTok, and Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, all that good stuff. Marching into Madness. We're on Facebook in case your grandma wants some of this young.
Raza's gonna start
action.
a Threads account.
Already did.
Ugh.
Already have one post on it.
All right, Wine
But,
Mom.
yeah.
Say bye, Wine Mom. It's your job to close it out.
Goodbye.
Raza killed it. Oh, come on. Put your juice
Okay. Okay, the planets are shifting and it's a big deal, so you should be manifesting tonight. Goodbye.
in. Hey, all right, there we
Hey.
go. There we go. I'm gonna let's chat. There you go.
Bathroom.
Okay. You
Bathroom.
race, sir. I need to get snacks after, but I'm not in a rush.
I also dropped a
eating.
shitload of stuff when I was grabbing that movie.
Uh-oh. He dropped all
Derpa
his
derpa.
porno mags.
Probably.
Thank you, Rosa. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No.
I kept that one. I scripted that one out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, you
man.
did.
Lots of hard work.
So are you all settled in?
No,
Plus.
mid. I have to do it like a big boy adult, and I'm kind of doing like a box a day as I'm able to. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nice.
Because it's just a lot. I've got this whole computer set up. I shoved it in the closet, and then balancing everything else out was also a mess. So it is what it is. It's almost there. But
Cool. No,
you know,
cool.
bit more work.
Cool.
Bit more work.
Where'd you move all your stuff to? The house.
Like my FAMs, my storage locker, and then it's in this room, and that's what I'm sorting through little bins. I gotta do a bit more tomorrow. I'm gonna build a new bed, and then once that bed is built, then I'll have more storage space.
Nice.
Because I'm gonna
do it up.
go buy IKEA cabinets. I'm basically gonna use the same bed frame that I have here, the same fucking bed frame I'm rocking, and then I'm gonna buy IKEA cabinets and put the bed frame
and lift
on
it
top
up
of the IKEA cabinets. Yeah. And then I'll have a bunch of storage space underneath it because I've got really tall ceilings in this room. So.
Are you standing?
No, I'm sitting on a fucking stool.
Oh, it looks like you're
stand
standing.
for the other streams, but I'm sitting on a stool right now.
But that's hot. Good for you, Bailey. Good for you. Look at you doing.
It works. And if I don't want to talk to you anymore,
there you go. Look at that. Look at that.
That was rude.
That works.
Get out of here.
That works. You should do a sleeping stream.
Only if you get us to like Amaranth level donos. One mom brought up the good suggestion that I should do like hand ASMR, and you can pimp out my hands. If you want to do the content creation, you can pimp out my hands for OnlyFans. I'll give you permission to that, Raza.
Raza, it will make money.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm against it. I just say maybe you can ask somebody else, maybe.
That's your job.
You don't have to. You just have to help me with the Reddit posting and stuff. You know, you're already the copywriter. You just have to help. You manage the messages and do the posting. I do.
I don't talk to people who are into that shit.
Take the profit.
It's just gonna be cute girls. What are you talking about?
I'd be like, okay, how do I deal with this one person who wants you to do this weird hand gesture? I don't know. What is going on?
You just gotta do it to the extreme. You gotta trust your gut. You gotta be as like. You gotta embody your inner.
Degenerate.
Yeah.
What if he's already out?
Then there's no hope left.
Then there's no hope. Yeah. You gotta have a work-life boundary. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right. Absolutely right. That's why I think somebody else should do
it. Touche.
Because, like, yeah, I'm sure they're great people, but I don't want to know about these things. You know, I don't want to know what you want to do. You know, that's your thing. Talk to somebody else about that, not me.
Now you have the wonders of ChatGPT for so many dollars a week. You don't have to do that anymore.
I can just type. Okay, that doesn't make the case any better.
True.
Okay.
Yeah. You just take their response, you paste it in, and you say, "ChatGPT, give me a sexy answer to this question."
I feel so not gross doing that.
Yeah, hi Afro, hi Sensei. Stream's been good. I was a little worried about my bit rate, but it turns out I've got crazy good internet. It's nice to see you again, bro. Bro Bino. I'm going away to Scotland soon, but in the meantime, gonna be cozy. I'm gonna test out my refurb streams at my mama's and all that shit. So we're gonna start getting ready to get going, ready to live that life.
Get moving, get happening.
Yes.
Good chicken.
July's been a busy month so far. Apparently.
Yeah, Raza's been fucking killing it at work too. Raza's also had to move his setup, as you can see. He's been busting his ass for the same reasons.
You guys are renovating, no?
Yeah, our floor just got pulled out today. Fantastic. Yeah. My cat's chill with me now, so it's nice.
Is this your bedroom?
It's a makeshift one I made. And then I'm gonna go upstairs. I put all of my stuff right over there, so it's like I have like a Tupperware box and 2 massive bags. Raza Chat
There you go.
GPT, write me 100,000 words. I can.
And how is the dino game? He wants to know.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's not gonna last long, but it's fine. It's gonna get a hardcore community, but it is what it is. It's just finished writing my review on it today. Yeah. Do the rest of it tomorrow.
What
Just-
dinosaur game is this?
Exo Primal. I just got a code. Came out on Friday.
It's a big name too.
Capcom.
You know what I mean?
Blessed us.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it isn't trash. It's there's some heart there. There's like, I do like the exosuits. That's part of kills it, and then like the customizations are also fun too. But it's just the gameplay loop is very repetitive. Yeah, it's just the same thing. But it's just I'm waiting next week until the first season starts and we get 10 more suits. Because there are variants of the suits and they play differently. Like I use a melee one, and then the variant of that it has range attacks. It looks different. So essentially 10 new suits, but like in the same sort of like class. It's cool. It's a cool concept, but it just needs to work. There's something they need to make it either free to play or they need to like make it last long. And the whole online only thing is kind of bugging me, but. Whatever.
Right.
I know. But since Panda's back, we're gonna talk about
Mission Impossible.
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk
We
about
will play
F1.
Battle Bit soon. Yeah.
Oh yes, I gotta
Yeah.
play Battle Bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I was playing with Stone yesterday. It was really fun. Yeah.
It looks like it's gonna scratch my itch, and I kind of fuck with the loosey goosey nature. I'm okay with like goofy skins. I don't need it to be hyper realistic.
We're playing 127 versus 127. It's actually fun.
It sounds like fun chaos.
Yeah, actually.
I'm doing my
That'd be fun.
rotation. I'm getting some snacks. I'll be back.
All right.
How long have we been
Okay.
streaming? How long we got left?
An hour and 40.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll be back with snacks.
A boyfriend game?
What? Oh, because it's actually yeah, it is. Yeah.
Bye, Afro. Miss you.
Bye out.
Catch you in the woods.
Bye.
Right. Come on. But yeah, I saw Mission Impossible twice. Well, why, Mom? Not once, but twice.
I watched your stories.
I fucking loved it.
Did you go
Fantastic.
with someone? Your mom?
I went with my dad last night, and then
What did he
friend-
think?
He really loved it. Like he enjoyed it. Yeah, he really liked it. Because him and I we bond over that.
Hell yeah.
It's a good. It's an all around good movie. Tom Movies is back. Popcorn, baby. I know you have your qualms. And they're justifiable, but Mission Impossible.
I don't know. It's not even so much the qualms. It's just I don't think he's that great.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
See you for Haley Atwell.
Yeah, her and Palm, whatever her last name is. She's
Clemente.
yeah, whatever. it is. She's coming back for part 2. I saw the signings today. So, yeah.
Someone else is listed for the second part, but that could just be like someone guesstimating.
Is it who I think it is?
I think you know.
Okay. Is it a he or she?
She.
Oh, I'm thinking about somebody else then. Never mind. But I think I know who you're talking about.
Okay. You know who I really like?
What the fuck are you guys talking about? Why are you gonna talk about it in code like that? That's
We
the
don't want
weirdest fucking
spoilers
thing you
for
guys have
you.
ever done.
Spoilers for you and the whole world, actually.
But who is the girl?
We'll tell you after. I'll tell you.
It's
It spoils the
dumb.
movie.
But
I'm pretty
It
sure.
doesn't spoil the movie if it's already online. And the movie hasn't been shown yet?
But
movie's-
this one he's talking about is like a theory though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the movie hasn't been shown yet. It's a theory.
Yeah,
It's
the
not
part two.
spoiler if
Yeah,
it's not
but-
real.
It's a spoiler to this
The movie's not even out yet, so you don't even know.
but the new one is.
The new one is.
Anyways,
God.
I really enjoyed the young cop too. That like clicked into like, wait, maybe Ethan is doing this for a good reason.
Yeah, and he's just like, no, America. Bam, 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 bam. Like that. That was a good bit, dude. I love how like when he jumped off of the thing, the whole comedic thing that happened. He's like, "How do you expect me to get off of this mountain? I can't go down there." He's like, "Well, fucking Tom Cruise. I just guess I'll do it then." He goes and fucking fly. That scene when he jumps off of the thing and it cuts the audio and it brings it back. Cinema. Wine Mom, it's cinema.
No.
So good.
And the best part, Wine Mom, he's doing all of his stunts. Everything he's doing is done. He's actually shooting it and saying the dialogue too.
You know who else does all their own stunts?
Who?
Jimmy
Me.
Kimmel.
Because I can't hire anybody to go through the shit I go through every day.
Yeah, but you're not jumping. Like you're not fighting.
How do you
person on
know?
a train.
How do you know? How do you know?
You would
Because
tell us.
how many hours? No. How many hours do you spend away from me, Raza? How do you know?
You text me.
I
all the
could.
time.
I literally could be out there saving the world, and you have no idea.
That would be so cool if you were doing that. I would fucking don't. That. We have new Wine Mom lore here.
Maybe
She's
I
probably-
am.
I am.
Maybe
F
I
now.
am. Maybe I am. And I have an ironclad alibi. Nobody would ever be able to link me.
I mean, you're sort of giving your way yourself on.
No,
on
no.
screen.
No. I have a really good alibi. I'm not going to say what it
She was
is, but
right
it's a
here,
real
guys.
good one.
It's
Yeah,
quite
Panda's
impressive.
edging to tell us something.
Yeah. It's quite impressive
know.
to see her jump curbs in Crocs. Like no one else could do that. Tom Cruise, no.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Bully. I never jumped any curbs
Oh,
in
sorry.
my Crocs.
Almost fall, I should say.
No, I didn't almost fall.
Wine Mom.
See,
if you
I
can
told you. Raza, you hear me right
Yeah.
now? I have the best alibi ever. This guy
Yeah.
completely doubts me.
If
I'm
you can
telling
do
you.
free running, that would just earn respect. Yeah,
Did you say
parkour.
free? Did you say free running?
Free running, yeah. It's like,
Which is parkour?
yeah.
Yeah, I could do parkour.
Let's
It's
go.
easy.
Let's go. That's what I like to hear. But don't break your foot like Tom Cruise did.
You mean
What?
don't jump into the empty elevator box? Or not elevator, what was it?
No, that was the
The
side of the
refrigerator box. No, I
building.
said
you. Oh, you.
no.
Are you talking about Indiana Jones?
Yeah, it's Indiana
No.
Jones.
No,
No.
I said don't jump into the empty refrigerator box.
Indiana Jones.
That's not Indiana Jones. It's literally not Indiana Jones.
It
And I
literally
cannot
is-
believe I cannot believe the reference was not got. That's very disappointing here at this
Talking about
team.
the borrowers or something.
Nope. I swear, don't even look it up. Let the universe years from now show you guys what it is and look so dumb.
If it's from
But you
Indiana
don't know
Jones,
what it is.
I'm gonna
It's
feel
not.
really stupid. I'm gonna feel really-
Cody just looked it up because he's a cheater and he doesn't know how to play the game.
No, I'm looking at my
just
own
looked it up.
Instagram, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
sucker.
More equal.
Anyway,
Anyways,
Cody,
Yeah,
what
so I was telling,
Okay, go.
I was just telling Panda and Wine Mom here that I saw Mission Impossible twice, and you should see it, Bailey.
don't do it.
I'll
And
probably
Wine
go
Mom,
see
both
it.
of you should see
Stand
it.
in solidarity with me, Bailey. Don't go see it.
I don't know.
Do you know what I
Tom
just
Cruise-
read?
Tom Cruise
Well,
acts his pants off.
We were doing the podcast. Tom Cruise is trying to negotiate the strike.
Oh, yes. Daddy Scientology, please save our future.
It doesn't matter, Bailey, because movies are going to be made, and they're going to be made goodly,
According
That's
to Scientology's prophet.
Raza.
according to
If
Hollywood.
they're gonna be made well,
They're going to be made
they'll be
well.
made well.
Top Gun Maverick, baby, come on. Cinema saved. 2 words.
Are you talking about A Quiet Place? Wine Mom?
No! Don't jump on the empty refrigerator box. I'm literally giving
The Office. When he.
Oh!
The
Raza, come on! I literally, like, I slid it over on a plate. Perfectly.
To me, because like
Because they have the parkour episode.
Yeah, that's
Not low-hanging fruit. That's
no,
not
no.
low-hang- That's not the right term you're trying to think of.
The low-hanging fruit was the part that I thought was, it's when they're doing parkour in the office, like in the actual office. But then I'm thinking, why Mom is too wise for this? She isn't gonna double dip. But then, I mean, it's better. That's the better bit. But yeah, I got it. I'm smart. High five me.
Yeah, high five.
Yeah.
But seriously though, you have to be an Office watcher. Like, that's a good sneaky reference, because who doesn't know Vance from Vance refrigerators? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably the
husband.
most viewed episode.
Yeah. Parkour.
Even-
Remember he drops the watermelon? He's just like,
Yes.
I don't know about this.
I like it when they first come in the office and Michael rolls on the couch and the plant falls over. I'm like, you idiot.
And then Jim is just like, this is a free roll. This is what you call a parkour. And he turns on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Fucking
Possible.
Mission Impossible.
So stupid.
Dude, Bailey, there's a scene in this Mission Impossible
Yeah.
where... Okay, so
another face.
there's
What are
like
you
20 of them, by the way. There's like 20 of those.
I'm eating blue tortilla chips, and then I made pasta made with sausage for lunch. So I'm having leftover noodles, and I'm having blue tortilla chips with salsa.
Okay.
Do you like
Raza.
that Inquisition, Bailey? Do you like that line of questioning?
We talking about food.
Yeah, let me flex the food, dog.
It's some food.
There was it's just basically the whole theme about this movie, without giving anything away, is like Tom Cruise essentially wants to kill God, and like the hey,
Zarathustra.
I love the men's camp. Evolution of beard's growth. Do you see that?
Oh,
chat?
Do you guys want to talk about? Okay, wait. Raza, do
Yeah,
you have more to
that's
say?
hilarious. Thank you, Polar Knights. That's hilarious. So some guy in the chat just commented, "I love the men's cams. It is like the perfect evolution of beard growth." That's for the first time.
Yeah.
And then, so one last thing, and then I'll throw it to you. So it's Tom Cruise is trying to kill God in this movie, and the tool that they use, Bailey, is a fucking cross.
So is he trying to kill himself since he thinks he's God then?
No, because that will be too on the nose for Tom Cruise.
Oh, too obvious.
So it just becomes an Evangelion clone in the end, and he has to climb into a mech, but he really doesn't want to.
Yes.
Okay.
Why? Yeah.
That's what I got.
Oh.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
So
That's a movie
now you
I
gotta
can
see it.
relate to. Now I want
Yeah,
to
'cause
see it.
it's anime. Yeah,
Okay.
fuck you.
Max? All right, I'm going.
Anime? Fucking let's go. I'm a weeb. Anyway, sorry.
That's
Okay.
yeah, go away, Mom.
Have you completed
Yes.
what you need to say?
Yes, I have.
Can
yeah,
I
sorry.
change the topic?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Have you seen the recent developments of the Long Island serial killer?
No, I have not. No.
A suspect, has been arrested.
Okay.
It's been like 14 years since he was active in 2011. So 10.
You're gonna have a Netflix documentary about this, guaranteed.
Well, there already is a Netflix documentary called Lost Girls.
Oh, that's based on. I've seen that. Yeah, I didn't know it's based on that.
Yeah, so the
Interesting.
Long Island serial killer would like kidnap women, who did nice jobs, and then they would no longer exist. But what happened is, so in these like super old cases, DNA evidence back then was like the cops and everybody knew it was really important to keep as much DNA evidence as possible, but they also didn't have the tools to test it. So it was quite common that there'd be a lot of DNA evidence from cases that they wouldn't be able to use. They'd have to keep it locked up until the technology was there. So on one of the bodies, they were wrapped in a burlap sack, and on that burlap sack was a piece of hair that they connected to a piece of pizza crust that the suspect ate.
Okay.
As well as they found his wife's hair on the sack as well.
Okay, could serial killers just stop and just take a breather?
Guess what?
For like a while?
Guess what? He's a well-known and well-respected architect in New York. And he looks like
shit.
Peter Griffin.
Oh, that's the guy I saw on Twitter. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's the guy. Okay.
Yep.
That's really fucking disturbing, Bailey. Wine Mom.
Yeah.
Um,
But this is one of those really big cases where it's like there's documentaries, there's podcasts, there's books, there's YouTube videos, there's deep dives, there's Reddit forums. Like, there's so much about this case of just like people who have, suggested suspects, had narrowed down who they think is a suspect, like online sleuths doing all this stuff, and it's like just out of nowhere there's an arrest made after like people doing like 10, 12 years of research on this stuff. It's crazy.
it's kind of insane how like they're calling him the Family Guy.
I know.
It just like it loses all merit of like.
Well, they were originally calling him the Gilligo or Gillig whatever beach killer, which is like okay, Quagmire.
More trendy, yeah. It's like let's make
It's
this
just
killer.
It's the Lisk, is what they call it. The Lisk. That's what he is.
Okay.
That's what his name has been since 2011.
That's insane. Like, yeah, I saw it on Twitter. I just briefly saw. I was like, oh my god, fucking.
Yeah. It's like when Joseph James D'Angelo got arrested. And he had been active from the time he was 27, they suspect is when he started, maybe even 18 in some cases. And he wasn't caught until he was almost 70.
Really?
You don't know about James Joseph D'Angelo, the original Night Stalker?
Is that Johnny Depp guy in
No.
like black? Okay,
Oh
because like that.
no, that's the one that's Zac Efron.
No, that's the one that got caught. No, that's the one that got caught. That's the one that get caught. No, but okay, but you guys are making fun. But seriously, like big developments happen in these cases. That was the original case of familiar DNA. So where they used those like kits where people were doing their genealogy. That was the first time they took family tree shit. That was the first time they took that evidence and ran it against a criminal and like caught them, like a big high profile case. It was like one of the like big defining moments in that technology. Why are you two laughing?
Because of the chat. But don't worry.
Yeah.
You need to pull the
Enough.
chat up, Wine Mom.
No, I don't want to because people are being rude.
I'm listening. They're doing their own thing, so I'm fucking paying attention.
I'm listening too.
Yeah,
I haven't seen this movie
Like,
yet.
I think what I'm talking about is interesting. Okay, we don't normally talk about true crime stuff here when we sit down.
I agree. I'm just entertaining our chat. We've got new guests. I'm making it homey.
But what, like, I find it very
I'm just
interesting that
finding the giggling hard to deal with when I'm talking about something interesting. What, Raza? Say
You are
it.
important.
I find
Your
it
thoughts are
very
valuable,
confusing.
and I appreciate your contributions.
You like true crime so much? You want to become a part of it? That was
You're
a joke.
about to become a part of it in a second.
In-game,
Okay, Raza, say what you're saying.
In-game.
I find it very funny that not funny, but interesting that like we can make these serial killers like go and live their lives, all because we don't have the technology yet to catch up.
Literally,
So,
there
it's really
there have been cases where cops are like 100% this is the guy that did it, but we literally don't have that last piece of DNA evidence. Like, we gotta sit on it, and they've had to do that so many times. Like, Joseph James D'Angelo was interviewed like a long time ago for. So he's the original Night Stalker, which Richard Ramirez was coined after him, which is the guy from the Cecil Hotel, if you remember that documentary that came out. So the original Night Stalker, like, he was a police officer, he was a teacher, I think, and he like moved around to a few different counties, and he was arrested because he had done something with a hammer, and they were like, this guy's like a problem and we gotta like do something about it. But because of his ranking, they basically just kind of like retired him, and he just went somewhere else and got another job kind of deal. And it's like, they had the evidence and like they knew like this guy's connected to more stuff, but like they didn't have everything they needed, so they had to just like, slide it across.
It also shows how weird the American law works. Like, there's so many loopholes in it.
Okay,
Like,
hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. We did that in Canada with Bruce MacArthur.
We have changed our laws.
Yeah, our laws are way easier.
Fundamentally, like, around now, because to avoid shit like this. If you haven't noticed, it's a lot of every murder trial I hear now, like there's a high chance there's like they are prosecuted, but like like thing in the States, I'm noticing there's like a gray area, and a lot of these criminals are playing.
I saw this like crazy stat about how many serial killers are active in the United States currently. It was some really high number. I'm gonna look it up.
The fact that they're like
they need
recorded.
Well, that's what I was going to say to you, Raza, is that they need some sort of like a cop force that can detect what's going to happen beforehand.
I knew. When Panda started to breathe the sentence out, the first breath, I
didn't hear it, so I don't care.
Some sort of reporting of minority? No?
That's a little bit too on the nose. A little bit too on the... He's talking about the Tom Cruise movie, Minority Report.
Yeah.
My mom.
Which is a good movie, by the way.
It's actually, honestly, you should watch, because it talks about a bunch of like...
currently...
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay, go. I'll tell it after. Don't worry. Go.
Oh, that's funny. So I just found this article that says there's 11 currently active serial killers and unsolved cases in 2023, which is not a lot.
Shit.
For where?
It's not a lot. High number. It's high, but it's not a lot. The number one on the list was the Long Island serial killer, and he was actually active. He was actually active between 1996 and 2010, possibly more.
Christ.
Possibly even more.
Who is this according to?
It's an article that I'm reading. But this is the fact of like when his first victim, the chain victim, because the thing is like there's a victimology, right? It's not like it's just, 4 women were killed in this area, so it's automatically a serial killer. It's like there's a victimology report that goes along with all that, because they gotta like match the victims. So the very first one was in 1996, and then women with very similar lifestyles, backgrounds, ethnics, and stuff like that started popping up in a pattern and being put in all the same area, because serial killers will, if they know a place is safe, they'll just keep dumping there until it gets overwhelmed. Because they're stupid.
Yeah.
The article just like compiled the info from like anywhere? That's what I'm confused
So
about.
it's just saying, well, no, it's just the current, they're just going by like records of links of murders. Like the Bailey, You're asking way too many fucking questions right now.
Sorry.
The records,
You
the
opened up
records
the
is in
floor.
like the police. No, like the police records, like people who have formulated this evidence on their own and put it together. Cody, you're being really unnice right now.
I think
Stop
he's
it.
being really fun. We're an
No.
entertainment.
No, it's distracting me, and I'm trying to say what I'm saying, and I've been distracted too much
I'm
now.
listening. I'm sorry.
No, I can't continue. Somebody talk about something else.
The chat is happy that somebody just got some head on a stick. So.
Anyway.
So they caught the guy, right? And that's what matters. One less killer out on the streets.
That's not what we're talking about.
Because that's my bigger thing. I have a lot of, if you really want to, like, I'm not, like, necessarily questioning your sources particularly. I just find that very, like, loosey-goosey. Like, the FBI is not going to release the data on their serial killers. You're not going to be able to get it from the Chicago PD.
We do.
You're not going to be able to get it from the LAPD. You're not going to be able to get it from the NYPD. So then you're working with, like,
Bailey, it's public records. Public records.
No, they're not in a lot of the U.S. They're not. Like, you're not.
Well, these specific cases, these cases are like well-researched ones.
By who?
That have a consistent pattern. By people who work on this website. Obviously, some sort of reporter.
Fair.
I put the link in the Discord. Go ahead, Bailey, and fact-check the link away, okay? I'm just saying that's the one that I just opened.
Serialkillershop.com. No, sorry, I'll shut up. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Anyway.
Fucking serial killers are weird, bro. There should be a...
It's so much more interesting than just people doing weird things and like unaliving people. It's so much more than that. Like, the reason why I started following true crime stuff and getting into it was based around the law. Like, I started getting really interested in how certain legalities can get you out of things and how, like, people can manipulate the law to get away with stuff they're not supposed to be able to get away with, and, like, how easy that is to do. And then, like, laws that are so stupid that it's like, why is that even a law? Because it literally just hinders everything. It's just stupid.
And it's also like, because I do notice that, like, again, as I said before, but like, it's easy to manipulate the law, especially in America, to bend it because there's so many loopholes, right? Like, I've read for murder cases, pleading insanity is you have a higher chance of lessening your sentence if you plead insanity, and there are a lot of cases and a lot of times where.
So hold on. So speaking of insanity, can we all say thank you to Polar Knights for subscribing? Can we?
Thank you, Polar.
Thank you. All right, now continue.
I forgot who was talking.
You were.
What did you say last? Because I have forgotten now.
I said because of it's easy for these murderers to get away, because of the law is so bendable in America. They can plead for insanity.
Oh, you were talking about insanity, because that's the thing. Is like, pleading for insanity isn't really what everybody thinks it is. Like, you'd much rather go to regular prison than be in a prison psych ward.
Yeah. It's like, it's just, I don't, it's there, and a lot of people.
There's no help there.
Exactly, and there are a lot of people, poor people, who are calling for reform in this sort of area because it's benefiting people who can afford that. So, like, if you have. Thank you, Graham.
Thank you. No, Polar Knights gifted it. Thank you, Polar Knights, again.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
And then, like, I find it like it's like the law is just not your best friend in a lot of cases.
One of my favorite things to do is when I get to a point with a group of people where we start talking about serial killers, or somehow that topic comes up. My favorite thing to do is, like, talk about a murder and then tell you what was within the laws and hear people's, like, moral compasses, how they change. and like how people will feel about like something they think that's definitely illegal, but it's really not. It's
Mhm.
interesting to see like how people like a social experiment almost to see how
Yeah.
quickly people will turn on their own beliefs just based off of a law.
Yes. Yeah. I have seen so many cases of that, and it's ridiculous how
Like just talk
how
about age laws. Just talk about age laws
yeah
in general and how people will be
yeah
like, "Oh, just cuz we're in a different state. Oh, well, if it's legal in that state, then it's okay." It's like but it's illegal in like four other states. So it's like but
yeah
who has the higher like ranking of like what is it morality, the one
yeah.
who's being the most you know what I mean, and
I
like to
know.
hear people argue those things, it's crazy to see how the
I
shift changes.
I do notice in Canada. I don't know how accurate this is, but a lot of our laws are uniformed. They're like a lot of big case laws are on like a
Yeah,
federal
that's our
level.
big scary
Whereas
socialism.
Yeah,
That's what the Charter of Human Rights and Freedoms did for Canada. That's why it was such a
but
big
our
deal
laws are
that we
pretty
did that in the
barbaric
80s.
still.
they are, yeah, they are. It doesn't like I took law in high school. I was so confused because there's so many like, oh, if you get charged for this, here's the steps, here's what you can do. But if you get charged for this, you can't do step A, but you can do step C, and this may uh, get you
Well,
out of jail.
right, so it's like like so my friend was telling me about a speeding ticket that they got, right? And they took it to like one of those cop guys to fight the speeding ticket, right?
Yeah,
And so basically the cop was explaining that like because this is crazy to me that this is like part of the law and like this could throw out something. So he was going over the speed limit and he got pulled over and the cop gave him like a really heavy ticket. So he's like, I'm gonna fight it because it's demerits and it's a big ticket. Like I'd rather fight it. So when he was speaking to the lawyer, the guy was basically like, so there's there's two different types of radar guns. So he's like, I can probably get this thrown out just based off the fact that there's two different radar guns. So one of them is a mounted radar gun and one of them is a handheld radar gun. One of them needs to be calibrated every hour, and one of them has to be calibrated every new shift and at the end of every shift. So it has to be like calibrated, and then used.
right.
And it was like just based off that fact alone of whether like the cop can't remember which one it was or there's no verification of like which one it was or they can't prove that like it was the one it was that one and I can prove it was calibrated at this time, like unless that can be proved then they'll just throw the ticket out even if he was doing some outrageous ass speed that he should be punished for. They can throw it out automatically, but
Right.
well,
Yeah.
but it's crazy how like our laws don't take into factor context. Okay, well, we don't know what gun was calibrated, but chances are your speed limit had to have been at this level, even if it wasn't calibrated, so we're still going to punish you to this degree. Instead, we're just like, it's so cut and dry. It's either you're in or you're out.
Yeah, that's why it's a little like under discretion the new AI plate scanners that are coming in because soon this won't be an issue anymore for the cops because they'll have a plate.
So they say. So they say.
Yeah.
They've had plate scanners for years.
I know, but now it's supposed to track their speed and da da da. It's got a lot of assisted. It may still like I'm just saying it is something like it's on the
Well,
radar
what they should
page.
do is start catching those cops on their cell phone at lights. That's what they should do. Mr. Copperino, giving out tickets when you're sitting there on your celly phone.
You know, my dad sort of can relate to that because like he's just super.
I've honked at a cop for that
paranoid.
before.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because I'm like, dude, why are you on your phone? Like, we got places to be.
They're
Honestly,
the fucking
yeah.
worst in the city,
Like,
man.
we're sitting at a green light and nobody wants to honk because it's a cop. Get out of my way.
And I hate when cops are just like they turn on the lights and go through a red and be like, okay, we're above the
Screw
law.
everyone else up.
Yeah, it just fucking
So dumb.
just annoys the hell out of me. But again, our laws are weird in Canada. They're slightly better than they are in the States, but it's still like it's still the wild west up here in terms of our murder laws because it seems to be not that safeguard
It's
it.
just crazy how like some people have learned just to not be afraid of the law because they're like the law is actually like doesn't even work against me. It
Yeah.
really works for me.
Yeah.
And it's like there's also this other so like this is another thing about law that's really crazy is that you can essentially like in the States anyways, you can essentially like destroy a law's entire credibility or relevance if you can like if you can recite like a previous case where a judge threw it out or a judge changed the order or wouldn't find someone guilty based off some random fact, and then they can be like, well, in this case, this and this and this, and people will be like, oh shit, like that makes sense. So like in this case by default, like it makes sense. Yeah. It's fucked.
Yeah.
Like I could manipulate like I could be like a really good manipulator and then forever like that one piece of law will always have a loophole.
Yeah, like law is all about how well you can talk, right? It's all about like I have family members who are lawyers, and all about like just how you if you can deliver your case well and make yourself seem like you know what the law is like, and you can add some sort of pizzazz or emotion to your argument, then you
See,
got a hole in one.
This is so this is another reason why I like true crime because you meet some of the coolest lawyers when you're watching these cases. Like I've talked about her before. I don't know if I've talked about her here, but Kathleen Zellner, she's a female lawyer, and she's not only well versed in the law, very smart and good at her job, but she's very practical. And like she'll do everything in her power to put herself through the prosecution's exact idea of what they think happened and then completely debunk it. And it's crazy how she does it. She literally just goes, okay, that's what you're telling me, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna film it. I'm gonna photograph it. I'm gonna make sure you know that like I did the same thing and got a different result. And she straight up she's vicious. She's so good. I'm serious. Like she's crazy with the law. But this is what I mean. Like if you're smart and practical enough, you can you can rearrange the law.
That one CBC reporter, I forget his name now. A bunch of women came out and said
What's his name?
he was very
He did the Q.
CBC radio.
Q. Yeah.
Oh, with the blonde chick?
Yeah, he hosted Q.
He was
is something G. Something starts with a G.
Gian
Gameshi.
But I don't think it was him.
His lawyer,
because
though, he had the fancy.
His lawyer would like literally. She specializes in those
cases, yeah.
Because what she did was because like I looked her up. I was in college when this case was going on. I looked her up. Every single case she did prior to him, she like won. And her court cases was all about defamation and blaming the victim. And then that's essentially what she did here. And it's just interesting when you're good at something like in law, no matter what people will say about you, it just seem to always get the next sort of job. People will always look out for you.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So Johnny Depp's lawyer, Ben Chu?
Yeah.
That's literally his entire career has been defamation cases.
Right.
He did some other stuff before, but like he really goes after defamation. And then his assisted lawyer, I think, does a lot of copyright law. I could be very wrong, I'm not sure. I think she did copyright law. But Amber's lawyer apparently had like almost no defamation experience.
Right, yeah. And so
like very minimal.
Sometimes you it also like I've seen cases where both lawyers have experience, but it's also the judge who also plays a heavy hand in this. But it's very kind of
and that's another thing too about lawyers, right? So like these lawyers, there's a lot more lawyers than there is judges, right? Yeah. So a lot of these lawyers have like cycled through these judges like 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times even.
Hmm.
So they begin to build a relationship with that judge. Even if you don't think so, they build some like minor relationship or memory of each other. And so lawyers will hope to get certain judges because they know that they can sway them based off certain things that they know about them. And it's just crazy
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
that works. So
Better
it's like
Call
if you
Saul
know,
and
that's what I'm
Suits
saying.
It's
like-
highlighted that a lot. Yeah.
like if you know you're going to get caught for something and you know that you're in a certain city where a certain lawyer tries most of those cases, then that's the one you want to go with because all the judges know them.
Exactly. Yeah. And also like a lot of lawyers try. I've been told this about family members, but lawyers typically don't. Their whole main goal is to settle.
Yeah.
They don't. If they like, oftentimes if they go with a judgment, like it'll be worthwhile. It'll be worth it, but it's also harder to get, and it's also harder to get in their favor, and it's more expensive because they have to stay with the case. But if they get a settlement, they can get a guaranteed amount of money out of court, and it's completely on its own. So, like a lot of and this is an other tactic prosecutors will do is that they will try to get a settlement. They'll try to be like, let's not take this. Let's not even go to court. Let's just try to deal with this before we go to court because it's going to be because then they have to commit to more to one person, and that's only a limited amount of billable hours. So it's the lawyer field is kind of grimy. Now that I think about it, it's kind of very it's a very like greedy world out there. Lincoln Lawyer, like I watched that movie, and it shows me like how intense things, especially when you're down as a public defender, because like in the States,
I feel a lot of empathy for those people in the States. It's like the whole system's fucked. It's not even your fault that you don't give a shit. You're handling like it's here too.
20 cases.
Here, no, that's, in the States it's more like 40, 50, and then Canada it's still too many. It's still at like you handle as a public defender like 20 cases at any given time or something.
Yeah, it's insane of how both systems, if you don't have the money, you're kind of stuck with somebody who learned about your case 20 minutes ago. You've a Better Call Saul situation going on there, and oftentimes those lawyers go for settled or like a lenient punishment in that case. So it's
Yeah, no, you're right. It's just overall, it's all like the system's gonna have flaws no matter what way we mold it, and if you have a profession that's literally based around how to navigate those holes, it's inevitable. It's the lawyer's literal job to navigate to the loopholes of the law. So I think no matter how much you like refine it, they're always gonna be able to find more until you have Tom Cruise sitting in a pool of water with 3 sidekicks, and then crime will be over.
God, can you just leave it at the door?
But I'm a lot more pessimistic. Like there's holes in every system, and no matter how many times we try to patch it, the lawyer's literal job is to fuck those holes.
Well then,
why do you have to add a sex thing to everything? It's very one-dimensional, Bailey.
Yeah.
Come on. Add some nuance to your metaphors. Fuck, dude.
Come on, those are Get out of here.
Just sex on his mind all the time. All the time.
No, that's
Because again, Rosa.
okay. I'm sorry, Rosa. You're inspiring my thoughts a little bit. My apologies.
Oh yeah, to think outside the box.
Yeah.
So for my movie, just feeding off of Panda's energy, I think we're gonna watch Meet the Parents.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Meet the Parents, really?
Meet the Parents, yeah. I love that movie, dude. I love the
Right,
series.
I never did see it.
Meet the Fockers was such a good movie. I love that shit. Dustin Hoffman's in it.
If
And
it's
he's like-
brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, flush it down.
Wasn't here, you little fucker?
Huh?
It's Meet the Parents joke.
Yeah.
Oh.
And is
So
that
wait,
how it
sorry,
builds
what
up
are
to
we
Meet
watching?
The Fockers and shit?
Maybe meet the Parents for our next one. Maybe.
All right.
I think it's a good switch up. Wine Mom's gonna be pissed about it, but there's too many
This
jokes.
just
Too many
sounds
jokes.
sounds boring already.
It was one of the most iconic movies to come out back in the day.
Mm.
It's literally a template for the
I would take your word
Rom-com.
for it.
Brought
Ben
Ben Stiller
Stiller.
all of his money.
Robert De Niro, Owen Wilson,
Volleyball.
Dustin
Mm-hmm.
volleyball, and then there's a scene where Ben Stiller has an illegitimate child with a maid. Spoiler alert.
Jinxie Cat.
Jinxie Cat, yeah. When he spray Ben Stiller spray like
Don't spoil it.
Oh
Don't spoil it.
yeah, okay, yes, that's okay. Let's do this. Let's rewatch this. Let's watch some old.
Damn
Benny
it!
Boy.
Because like I have a list of movies that I made during the break, so I'm gonna pick one of those and then. Take it.
I don't remember it well. I just remember the cat scene, and that's likely from the TikToks or the interwebs.
Jinxie, no. This is not Jinxie. This is not. What do you mean? This is not Jinxie? This is not. What do you mean it's Jinxie? I do like how Robert De Niro was part of the CIA and he interrogated Ben Stiller.
Spoil the whole movie, eh?
Fuck you.
Yeah, this man.
We may not even watch it. We may
So
not
I
even
watched a
watch
lot
it,
of Gundam. There's a lot of new Gundam. I watched a lot of Gundam.
All right, bye guys. It was good.
Oh, God.
It's the latest TV series. The Witch one finished, kind of very mid, and then they had a new movie come out. It was set in the original franchise, and it was just very wholesome and nostalgic. But no
Wholesome?
big notes. Super wholesome.
Very-
Super wholesome. Of course, it's got War Orphan still, but you know, it's got a feel good feeling to it. There's basically they took one of the very original episodes from the '80s, and then they just completely rehauled the animation. They did like a complete redraw of everything.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so it was
You know,
nice.
speaking about anime, since we're on this, I'm watching the thing that inspired Inception, according to the internet.
Oh,
Paprika or something.
Paprika, yeah.
Yeah.
Paprika. I'm watching that after we're done here. Stoned recommended to me. I saw it like the fuck. This is Inception, but cartoons. Like, oh, it came out before. Okay.
Have you seen Blue Ruin?
No.
Because that inspired two of Darren Aronofsky's films, which he actually purchased the right for those animes. So you've got Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan. And they both have major visuals from one anime.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's a weird. Okay. I'll check that out then.
Fun.
Interesting.
I went to go see Asteroid City, which was fantastic if you like Wes Anderson.
Okay.
Me and Y Mom went to go see Indiana Jones for my birthday.
Oh.
And it's mid.
And it
in my
was
opinion.
so
You loved it.
good.
Why, Mom? Yeah, I saw that.
It was very fucking
Oh,
good,
no.
and it felt very 80s, like it should, and it was good. What
PS3
Bailey?
was the
Bailey?
best. I love PS3
What?
Harrison Ford.
He actually does look really good de-aged.
This movie
Yeah.
was action packed. It was so good.
Now, Wine Mom, take your hype for the Dial of, or whatever it's called, Harrison in Joan and Dial of, what's it called again?
Okay,
Isle of
okay.
Destiny.
And then now, go in my shoes and now switch up that movie with Mission Possible. Well, now
No.
we have
Or
that energy.
No.
Or Dune.
Dude.
We're seeing,
No.
guys. So when I saw the early access viewing for, I had to put that up there. Early access before the movie came out of Spider or of Mission Impossible.
Did you get those
All
tickets? 'cause
right,
your beard's
let's
so
get
sexy?
to the point.
Did you get those tickets? 'cause your
Dune.
beard's so sexy.
Yes, I did. The Dune trailer played, and I lost my marbles. But they played the first episode of Ahsoka.
Oh,
Yeah, and
That sounds fun.
you two are gonna love it. But it's gonna. But for everyone else, it's gonna be, who is this? So,
Yeah, I
it's
presume
a
because
Star
I watched
Wars
all the
movie
Rebels
show.
too, so I'm hoping I get my whole fancy tickled. You know,
Yeah.
and get all
See-
the Rebels characters.
And like, no offense, Bailey, and I'm hyped for that, but the general audience does not give a flying fuck about that. They just
I
want
know.
fucking the space wizards, and shit. So it's gonna be, I don't know. Let's see. I haven't been proven wrong yet, but I do want to. So let's see. The fact that Obi-Wan got a fucking Emmy nom pisses me right the fuck off. Doesn't deserve it.
So of course there's Princess Leia, and then there's Padme, and I really liked Rey before things happened, but the trailer for Ahsoka, the last one that they dropped, hands down sexiest cast of a Star Wars project.
Oh my god, that is not what I expected.
I mean, Jar
I
Jar,
did.
Jar
I
Jar, Jar
Jar
Jar,
Jar
kinda-
tickled me in ways that I'll never be tickled again. All
And
that
no man
talk,
There's something
It's
about
a
tentacles. Something about tentacles coming out of a.
Oh
No, I'm just kidding.
I
But
checked out.
no,
out.
I'm serious though. Like Rosario Dawson and Ramona, love them. But then the one that's playing, because again, I haven't seen the animated series, but the Japanese character.
The Sabine Wren.
Sabine,
Yeah.
Sabine Wren,
Yeah.
the other Mandalorian.
She's and the blonde Sith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah.
When Panda saw Mission Impossible, he DM'd me. He's just like, great movie, mommy Haley Atwell. I was like, you fucking horny bastard.
Mommy Haley Atwell.
They respectfully introduced a new female character that, I mean, it could be argued that she's a love interest for Ethan, but like as a female character, what they've done with Mission Impossible in the last 4 movies have been like, that's how you introduce a female without like fully objectifying them.
Yeah.
That's my job as a viewer, you know. So.
Have either of you played Uncharted too?
No.
You've not. Okay, I
Not
recommend that.
fully, but-
The Uncharted 2's ending, or the train sequence in Uncharted 2, I
Yeah.
believe is the inspiration for the ending of Dead Reckoning. Because there's a whole part where he's climbing Drake, and I'm just like, this is Uncharted 2.
What you're saying is that I'll never have to watch that Tom Holland movie again. I just go and watch this one.
Absolutely not. Yeah, just go and watch Mission
Perfect. Perfect.
Impossible. Yeah.
Easy, I'll take that deal.
Yeah. But no, you should definitely watch it, Bailey. And then my friend was looking up, is there a post-credit scene? I was like, put your phone away. Tom Cruise doesn't believe in that shit.
That's that too.
So
He's too
Polar-
good for that.
Our homie Polar Nights is, in my opinion, the best show ever made that is up to date on current events.
Degrassi. All
Well,
right, Drake
some
got
of
shot
us
in
are
that
from
one.
Toronto, and we love a Jimmy. You know, Jimmy made
Yeah.
it big. Jimmy made the
So
real
Dr-
come up.
Yeah, well, he sexy no legs.
Yeah.
Hey, James Bob is in the show, so you
Putting my
get
dishes away, I'll
points.
be right back.
You get points.
His what? Oh, his dick. Oh, his dish. Okay. Jay and Silent Bob are in what? Sorry.
Degrassi. They appeared in 2 episodes, and then
Oh.
that's why in Drake's video with the whole Degrassi cast, that's why James and Bob are there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's kind of. Didn't notice that.
Yeah, they show up to the high school to sell weed.
Oh, typical.
Yeah.
Is it in the new ones or like the original, like the older ones?
Like when we were in high school.
Oh, so like I think it's called like Next Generation or something.
The Drake one. The Drake one.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. So now that the idol is gone, what are your want to hear unfiltered panda thoughts about that?
I need to finish the last episode, but I did hear that they took the 7th episode out.
Oh,
Or
really?
they took an episode out apparently.
Pussy.
Kitty,
Or
kitty.
Pussy.
Oh. Pussy.
Put him down. Jesus Christ.
Oh, he's cute.
But
But
the pussy off. Where's mine? Sorry.
Oh, you want you would pussy off.
but to answer
go,
your
Ben.
question, I'm like, I understand the hate, but I also think the internet is being the internet, and they just like, they're like, oh, the guy who made Euphoria is disgusting, The Weeknd's disgusting, and then you have a literal French actress that's the daughter of Johnny Depp that's doing like full nude scenes. Ew, objectifying her. But meanwhile, this show shows what show business is actually like, and The Weeknd plays a guy that gives me anxiety and reminds me of real people in Scarborough that I do not want to be around. So
Yeah.
he is actually doing a good job, so Twitter
Yeah.
can go fuck themselves. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like there were so many, like I couldn't get past, like I gave the show a try on episode 2, and I said it's the Weeknd's weird acting that I can't get past. But it's like when I saw the first episode, like the first scene where they talk like she just shows like just nudity, I'm just like, oh, so this is what the show's going to be like now. All
Yeah.
right. This is what I'm
It
looking for.
is.
Great,
And
thank you, The Weeknd.
Yeah. It is blatantly that, but also
Yeah.
it dives deep into like those controlling sociopath types that will control the entire friend group, the entire situation, all the money, everything.
Yeah.
Like a cult, right?
Yeah, no, that's a very good way to put it. I just feel like if The Weeknd wasn't attached to it and they brought somebody talented, you know, I feel like everything was hinged on him. Because then everything was hinged on him. If they brought somebody has acting abilities, and they could be like, okay, this show would have been better overall. But everybody else was good. Dan Levy was great. I liked him. He should get more roles in my eyes. Schitt's Creek, one of my favorite shows of all time, surprisingly enough. But it just
Yeah.
fits the Weeknd being weird. He's better in Uncut Gems, which is funny.
But he also has an extremely small part in that, and he's playing
Which is-
himself.
I guess he should play himself in that one, in the Idol. Then maybe try that out, and maybe he could.
Oh man, his name's on the tip of my tongue. Apu. You know who I'm
Oh,
talking
that
about?
guy. Yeah. Hank
Hank
Urza.
Azaria.
Azaria. Yeah. He's in it.
He's doing like another voice, you know, which he's known for, but I really like him too.
Yeah.
And I like, yeah. Anyways, there's a lot of good small acting roles in there.
They
Like,
are.
It's funny because, again, like even in The Weeknd's friend group, there's this like really handsome toned black man who is vital to the story. I don't know his name, and I think he's a fresh actor, and his acting is fucking fantastic. Which,
Right.
again, in comparison to The Weeknd, it's like, ugh.
I mean, anything looks better than The Weeknd in that show.
But he does. He gives me the ick, as the kids say.
Yeah.
So it works. It works for what it is. Yeah.
That's funny. No, like I think the show, because there's rumors the show may go on in other online network. So if it does, I'll check it out and whatnot. But yeah, and then I just saw the first. I just finished up the first half of the Witcher, of the new season.
Oh,
How's
Yeah.
that?
yeah.
I don't know what's going on. They're not even following the books anymore. They're just throwing shit at the wall. There is a Witcher 3. There is some Witcher 3-ness in it, but
And
know,
did they
I'm
replace
wor-
him, or did they just make it
They're
about
gonna-
the girl?
they're gonna replace him next season. Henry Cavill is still in it.
Shame.
Yeah. So part 2 is coming out, I think, next week, and that's gonna finish off his time as Henry. And then what I think they're gonna do is what I think they're leaning into now is like there's alternate dimensions, and Siri is a different Siri, and they're gonna, which is there. I think it's in the books. So I think there's some of that in the books, but it's not touched upon heavily. But it's gonna be weird. I don't know if I'm cool with that.
We have like universal fatigue right now. It's like everything everywhere all at once, and then I went to the drive-in to see Spider-Verse 2, but I could not focus, so I completely ignored the movie. But I've heard it's great. And then like look at what The Flash did, or what Marvel's currently doing. Or
have you seen The Flash though? Has anybody here seen The Flash?
Yeah.
No.
Guilty.
Oh my god, yeah, I saw
Watch it in a totally legal way that costs me totally nothing.
It came out. I think it's out today, digitally. Anyway,
It's not terrible, but
it's terrible. It's pretty bad.
It's hard to watch anything Ezra. It's just really hard to watch Ezra Miller. That's like
Ezra
after we
is
did a
like-
deep dive on him, I'm like, I know too much about this fucker because of Raza.
but he is good.
He is good in it, but holy fuck, the movie itself is not. I like the CGI Nick Cage.
Yes.
Oh no. Now I'm
Yes.
right.
And there's-
I'm
it's-
ready for it.
It's one of the best parts, trust.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you,
Oh,
Bailey, but there is a
okay.
cameo in this movie that you're gonna fucking. I yelled at the screen when this cameo appeared. It's the last one at the end. You know.
Oh, that's a good one. It's a good
Yeah.
one. I
I
liked
hated
it.
that cameo. I hated that cameo. I was like, that's a.
All right.
Any lower, they're grabbing like, it's like to the floor, low hanging fruit. This movie is just a cameo fest. Now that I think about it, it's a straight cameo fest.
But look at all the like last 5 DC projects. Wonder Woman showed up like 4 times in other projects.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Like-
funny how she became her own thing. Now she's like a cameo.
Yeah,
actor.
because 84 was terrible, or whatever it was.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's not talk about superheroes because
The Batman is now where we stand. We stand the Batman. Robert
So
Pattinson
Panda,
has
I
parts.
binged a shitty action series that I was trying to tell Wine Mom to watch, and Raza made fun of me for as I saw Mr. In Between, and it wasn't like top tier, but I enjoyed it.
Sorry, what's it
It
called?
was called Mr. In Between, and it was a Aussie show about a hitman. It was kind of Barry-esque, but had really good like Aussie.
It's on
humor.
TikTok a lot.
Oh yeah, I've seen clips. It does look interesting.
I like
It
how
was-
Bailey watches like the
I loved
B,
the Aussie
like the
humor.
B action stuff, but not the actual one, like the
Oh,
real
yeah.
deal ones. It's the B tier.
Always the B tier, the Jack Reacher, the Mr. In Between.
know.
I gotta pick that. The B tier makes it more enjoyable. I want the shit, but yeah, the comedy in it was just so great and so flat. And then the action scenes were also very Aussie. It was always like very awkward build up, and then guy gets shoved off building type thing. It's just it was super fun. I really enjoyed all the comedy of the whole show.
You should watch Extraction, Bailey.
With Chris
B.
Hemsworth.
With B level stuff, yeah.
That
with
was
B.
kind of that was a good B movie. I loved it. I didn't have to think
Yeah.
during it. I didn't have to think
I might-
anything.
Yeah, I might
Yeah.
watch the second one tonight. Actually,
They're both bad, but like they're like. I mean, no, they're not bad. They're just
Hammy.
they're the creative. I disagree with 90% of that movie's like art, like their how they execute the movie. The
The
one
white
shot,
savior aspect.
the white savior stuff is kind of all, yeah, it's still a bit fucking tongue in cheek. It's like we're 2019 now. Come on. But there is this movie coming out that I'm very interested in. David Tennant's in it. George Washington's not George Washington. His name's not actually David Tennant. I just call him that. He's a main character in Tenet.
Washington.
He's Denzel Washington. Yeah, Denzel Washington, George Washington's son. It's called The Creator, and it's made by the guy who made so far one of the best Star Wars movies, Rogue One. Gareth Edwards and I'm really hyped for it. It looks good, and he got the guy. Yeah, this looks good. Rick, I've seen. Oh, sorry. I've seen.
No, go ahead. You can. I was asking him while you guys go off. I've seen Rick.
I've
Is
seen
one of my
Rick.
top tier Aussie
Yeah.
shows. If I put that, I would put that in the top tier Aussie shows.
Watch Banshee then. Fuck you.
I haven't seen it all the way through. I think I saw an episode from that before though.
Mm-hmm.
What We Do in the Shadows just came back. If any of you are interested, it's one of my
don't hate
favorite
it.
I
ongoing
love
shows.
that. Yeah.
I don't have a big Bailey opinion, but it's just not my full cup of tea. But I don't have big like it's the worst. I'm just like
It's not be like bad quality for you to enjoy it, right? Okay, I get it.
yeah, I gotta give me a little bit of shittier writing than Taika.
Okay. Oh man, Taika fumbled that last Thor movie.
I stand by that
Oh, I
opinion.
forgot about that movie.
I went back and watched interviews with him, and he's like, all of my scripts I work on for years. And then I looked at the time that he had to make the Thor movie, and I was like, well, that kind of explains why this was so bad. He was openly said, I only like doing things if I have like 2 to 3 years to work on it. And then Disney just gave you like a year and a half to write and shoot an entire film.
Yeah.
What a scrub.
They literally were like, okay, you have to have like the ancient gods in it so we can use those characters, okay? Oh, you need to have Jane come back and force an entire comic book storyline into one movie. Actually, half a movie, technically. Oh, Christian Bale's coming? Let's keep him down to like 14 minutes and give his character absolutely no arc. All right?
Yeah. I have no patience for. I've got so much
Did
Marvel fatigue.
did Panda did Thor: Love and Thunder like rob you or something, or did it like kick your dog?
It robbed us all of our time.
Like what I'm doing with all Marvel movies and shows, I'm just waiting till they're on Disney Plus. It's like the only like Guardians I don't really care about. I'm just gonna wait till it's on Disney Plus to watch. I never really liked Guardians, to be fair. That's
Online.
Yeah,
And it is good, but then again, if you're not a big Guardians fan,
exactly. I don't care.
I've been enjoying Secret Invasion, but it's also weird timing that they did it.
The show's. I thought the show ended like 2-3 weeks ago.
It just started.
I love how
they
the
breather. I do want to watch it, but I need a little bit. I need a few more.
It has
months
an
to
AI
try.
intro.
Yeah, which
The intro
works.
is done by AI.
It works for the
It
show.
does work, but it's also like kind of goes against what
Yeah,
the thing is. Like,
it's a kick in the teeth to what's happening in Hollywood right now.
I'm glad that that's happening. Very glad.
Yeah.
Oh, it needs to. Yeah, it can't be. It
Yeah.
needs to be taken seriously. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that can go left quick if we don't stand up for something now.
Right.
Sorry, Panda.
No, I was just checking to see Wine Mom was still there. Is she? Wine Mom?
Yeah. Yeah.
You sleeping?
No.
You watch any?
You guys started talking about superhero shit, so I
I
dissociated.
purposely brought up the idol so you could be a part of that.
I don't
if
even
you
know what
saw
that
that.
is. No, I'm not
Yeah.
watching that. No, I'm not watching that.
Don't that.
I'm not particularly interested, to be honest.
What have you been watching besides serial killer stuff?
Just serial killer stuff.
Speak your truth. Speak your mind.
Just serial killer stuff.
Jeez Louise.
And Zelda Let's Plays. Tears of the
You still
Kingdom.
on that? Jesus. Jeez Louise. I mean, this game's still hot, so I don't.
And
She probably still hasn't passed the first zone. She's probably still building stuff.
Probably.
honestly, I've really been fucking around.
Yeah,
I've done nothing but walking and just random. Actually, okay, so when I played Breath of the Wild, I gunned it for endgame. But in Tears of the Kingdom, I'm like actually trying to do all the little side quests.
Oh, cool. That's what I did, but then I was like, I need to beat this game. It's fucking
No,
Something
I
needs to
like doing all
happen.
the side quests.
something's happening.
I like taking my
That's-
time. Also, what did I say that made you react that way?
Me?
You said Endgame. You said the
So?
magic word.
Oh, you said
I don't know what that
it's
means.
a superhero movie.
It's
That's why.
Avengers.
Endgame was a phrase before fucking superhero bullshit.
I know.
Anyway,
Fuck off, man.
My point is, I changed the way I'm playing this time, and I feel like it's
Shit.
more fun.
Yeah. Bailey and I are going to start playing Elder Scrolls Online this Friday, so you should join us.
Sorry?
Download Elder Scrolls Online for free on Epic.
I can't play that on this computer. Are you crazy?
Yeah, it'll blow up, literally.
Oh my god.
What about
I'm gonna hyperventilate.
what about
right
your
now.
Switch?
So
Is
give
it-
me your computer, Raza. I'll play. Bring it here. Hand it
Okay.
over.
One second, I'm gonna unplug everything and just fucking
That's
eat
it.
to,
Get on it.
I'll be back.
to wherever you live.
Well, so don't you have
Deliver
like 3 spare gaming laptops that you've been sent from like EB Games or something?
I have like 4 somewhere in this house. We did a move, and I don't know exactly where they are. So,
So we
it's gonna
tie them
give
all
me about a week to
together
find them.
we tie them all together with lightning USB, and we're good to go. You got one computer, one
Okay.
big computer. You make a Frankenstein computer.
Mega
Yeah.
computer.
Oh, fuck you. You guys want to get out of here in like 5 minutes?
Whatever word.
No, I want Wine Mom to tell us more about her day.
What? There's nothing to tell, dude. And you guys don't care what I'm doing. You guys had a good conversation without me.
What did you have for lunch?
Nothing.
You were sitting right here.
Yeah, I
you
was
ta-
sitting right
You talked
here.
about serial killers for like half an hour, by the way.
Oh, fuck
So-
you, no. Not even. You guys barely let me talk about it and cut me off and got annoyed. So don't even try that, Cody. You were trying to shove a Barbie head down your throat for the whole time I was talking.
I left the room for 10 minutes.
He did.
No,
He
you
came
did
out of
not.
the room for 10
No.
minutes.
No. I
Yes.
listen to you guys ramble
I'm
on
not-
about
I'm not
bullshit
trying to
all the
make-
time, and I never side rail. I always
But
stay
we
on your
ju-
guys' topics.
We don't have
Don't
the
come for
webcam
me.
feed. How do we know you're not deep throating Barbie doll heads?
Because I'm not an idiot.
No,
But
'cause
you could be doing it, and there's
No,
no
I'm not
evidence
that
otherwise.
stupid.
See,
Bailey.
this call back, I'm a lawyer. You see,
There
this?
are
I'm
much
listening.
better
I'm
things.
listening
There are
to you.
much
I'm a
better.
lawyer.
There are
I'm-
much
I'm-
better.
I'm
There are much
presenting-
better. There are much better. There are much better things to put in your mouth than that. Thank
Like a
you.
penis.
Oh my god. What's wrong with you children? Cody, stop. It's literally so cringy. Stop.
prepping for
Yeah,
Thursday.
No,
if it
stop it.
helps you, Polar Knights in the chat wants me to ask you to repeat everything you said about serial killers again, please.
No, because that feels like bullying. For
But
some
the
reason.
chat asked for. He gave us 2 subs today. You gotta. It's not. I'm
Wait,
fucking
is
with
that-
you. I won't push that. I'm being a dick. That's
I mean,
fine.
I can, but you guys don't want to sit here for that. Because apparently it was 30 minutes.
I was engaging you, so don't pair me with these.
Listen, Raza,
fuckers.
you were engaging. I'm not saying you weren't.
Can I be
I
the
was
best?
trying to give our listener advice that he could shave his pubes into cool haircuts, such as a mohawk.
So you
or
know
a
where his
pompadour.
parties were?
Bailey, has that
You know
ever
he's
worked
already-
for you?
No,
Listen,
but he
it-
can try for me and let me know.
That's weird. Don't try your.
Why don't you test it out, Bailey? See how it
Polar
works for
Knight
can
you.
just-
says he went back
Yeah.
and checked, and it was 32 minutes and 18 seconds.
It was not that long.
Are we going to the?
Because if that's the case, cut out all the times where Raza and Bailey rambled on as well, and then come back to me and tell me if it was actually 30 minutes. Because I guarantee you it was not.
I thought we're going topic time, not individual conversing time.
No. I've changed the rules because I'm being bullied.
This is my world, and you're just living in it.
Listen, I'm gonna stop coming here,
man.
okay? Because y'all don't respect me, clearly.
How about I respect you?
And then we'll see how you guys all feel about it later.
This ain't fair. I'm
Oh, you don't
putting in the
you don't
work.
like this game? Don't
I'm
like
putting
this
in the
game?
work. Blame these two, not me. I'm out here.
Please,
working.
Cody is counting down the seconds until I'm gone. Bailey,
No.
on the other hand, 50-50. Who
Listen,
knows?
I just thought we all could talk about content, considering this is movie madness. I know that afterwards is like, we can talk about whatever, but I'm not trying to be rude or anything. But serial killers is much more depressing than Ben Stiller. I'm sorry.
To be fair, Ben Stiller is kind of depressing.
Okay, this movie was super
Appreciate you,
depressing.
Polar
Thank
Knights.
you.
Thank you.
And it was not depressing stuff we were talking about when it came to the
Don't
serial
smoke
killer
beside
stuff.
Bailey.
We were actually talking about the law and not depressing stuff. We were educating people.
I have a question for you two, and I don't want Wine Mom to leave. There's a Harry Potter themed birthday that I'm going to at the end of the month.
Okay.
Is there any specific character I look like? Because right now Raza's looking like Sirius Black, which is pretty rad.
Fuck me, I barely know Harry Potter. You should be
Really?
Robert Pattinson.
Ooh, I'd have to
What
shave.
we do?
What?
You mean Ron Weasley?
Do I look ginger enough?
I mean, you're white. That's all
No.
You could be the
need,
owl.
right?
Be one of the owls. Be one of the owls.
Hedwig.
Or you could be a griffin. I hear that's pretty popular on Reddit to be a griffin in a costume and just make sure you got holes in
Bailey's
all
talking
the
about
right
it.
places.
Bailey's just going to his kinks right now, so just hear him out.
Or, you could be one of the broomsticks and then someone at the party has to ride you.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. I might be a snitch though.
That's what you made me do. That's what what did they do in these sex things?
Or, buddy, so you remember there's the snake, the giant basilisk? You could be the basilisk and slither in.
Oh god. I'm just gonna be hairy as fuck, you know?
But for real,
Actually, down there,
you
pull
gotta
it.
do like a Neville Longbottom or some shit. You gotta do like a boring character, and then that's so you don't have to try hard.
Like a
I mean,
one-time
every
character.
character
Yeah.
in that series kind of boring. No offense, man. I know you like Harry Potter, but
I'll just be a wine cleaner.
there you go. There you go. You can be Dobby.
I'll bring a
Dobby.
sock.
Yeah.
Hey.
Or what's his uncle's name?
Dobbies?
No, Harry's. What's
Sirius Black. That's who you look like right now.
What's the name
'Cause
of the
he's-
uncle that abuses him that he has to live in his little
The-
closet?
Oh, you want me to be that fuck?
Yeah.
Oh.
Harry Potter coming in.
Oh, it's okay. Just get it to
Polar
character.
Knights.
It's fine.
We're a
Okay, well
fucking
then I'll take it
library
out on the
useless
person
info.
that I'll be with.
I can't hear a fucking thing you said.
Sorry,
Holy
Bailey.
shit.
I heard not a single fucking word.
I was just letting chat know we're a library of useless info.
Oh.
That's so don't get scared. Don't get scared. Each one of us have. I'm a Gundam geek. He's a Harry Potter geek. Raza's a furry lover.
Dune. Fuck you.
Doing your mom.
Love Dune. Dune your mom.
But all right, everybody. Is this a new chapter of Serial Killer and what they watch? All right, everybody. We appreciate you guys coming through. Polar Knights, it's nice to meet you. I do an edited version. Like I cut this afterwards and then I throw it up on the Spotify's and the YouTube if you want to find us there. I'm gonna be on Wednesday here. I should be on for a lot of the day. Me and Raza might be back Friday. And who knows? We're getting more sporadic with it, so you'll catch us quite regularly and more often. But we got a trip to the EU, both of us. Well, actually, I'm going to a non-EU country because I'm going to Scotland, but who knows? Let's see.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm rambling about these things. Everybody knows what's good. Yeah, we will. We will.
Really?
I'll see you around. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I love giving beard trimming advice. You got anything to say, Raza? Overall?
No, I just fucking.
Holy fuck! I'm coming!
I'm sorry. You should not
You
have
gotta
added
get permissions on that one now. You should get permissions on that.
Yeah, okay. All right, Wine
I'm
Mom,
gonna add
anything to say?
more by the time.
Nope.
No,
Denada.
nothing? Denada?
Wine mom.
Loud noises!
Okay, that's it. I'm done.
All right, see y'all.
System.
See y'all. Let me see if I can raid anyone. It might take me a second.
Yes, raid people. You should keep doing that.
Well, I
Rez's
get-
wife is so cool, letting him have that beard.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my existent wife lets me have my beard. She's totally real. She didn't
She's
go
right
to
there.
another school.
She's right behind you, sitting on that couch.
You're going a little loony.
I gotta follow more people to raid after. This is Bailey's task for later. All right, appreciate y'all coming through. All right, okay, bye.
Isn't there a raid button there? It says raid
Well, you
channel.
want to read? Okay, here you go. We're gonna raid the old people on the couch.
On a couch? It's cool.
Yeah, the cosplaying. Yeah, and you can even enjoy that. Enjoy that.
Cosplay.
Bye, guys. Bye.
We need to cosplay more.
There you go.
Oh my god, the people are playing on